West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast. West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast.
Yes, we're live. It's the live watch-along. Welcome to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast live watch-along. I'm currently watching Sri Lanka's national anthem. It sounds like a level on Candy Crush. You know what I mean? Bing, 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 ding, 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 ding. Yes. Who's in the live? Who is in the live? Sri Lankan Mandem Galdem, talk to me about your national anthem. Why does it sound like a Candy Crush? Why does it sound like a Candy Crush level? That can't be a national anthem. Come on, man. You need some real rhythm in that national anthem. Sounding like I've just got perfect on Candy Crush. Awesome. Right, okay, welcome people. Machel St. Patrick here at one half of the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. We are live for the first T20 international between Sri Lanka and the West Indies. CCP watch-along. What's the teams? I don't even know the Sri Lanka team. Here's the West Indies team, though. Return for Evan Lewis. Big up Evan. Evan Lewis and Brandon King will open, just as Santoki and I said on the preview show when the squad was put out. So Lewis and King to open. Hope at 3. Chase at 4. I don't know if this will be the actual order. Shafane at 5. Powell at 6. Springer at 7 in place of where Dre would normally be, you'd think. Romario at 8. Zari at 9. Moti at 10. Joseph at... Oh, is Nikhil on comms? I wonder if... Does that mean Nikhil is out in Sri Lanka? Boy, Nikhil's really up, you know. Really up. He's getting that international deal everywhere. Big up Nikhil, though. Big up Nikhil. Well done to him. Yeah, big up Shamar Springer, though. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Shamar Springer, obviously he was part of the 2016 Under-19 World Cup winning team with Hetmeyer, Kemo Paul, Casey Carty. Who else was in that team? Alzari Joseph. All of them, man. The fact that it's taken 8 years for Shamar Springer, who was one of the talented players in that 2016 team, it's taken him 8 years to finally get an international debut, senior debut, says everything about West Indies cricket. The fact that he's only marinated now, 10 years later at 27 years old, says everything about the developmental processes and lack thereof within the region. But big up Shamar, international debut for him. Where's the Sri Lankan team? I don't know. Let me find the Sri Lankan team. I didn't even bother. Do I even care? Someone put the Sri Lankan team in the chat. I can't even... Bam. Someone put the Sri Lankan team in the chat. I can't even bother to put the show. It's not like I'm here to care about Sri Lanka. I'm here to look at the West Indies team. Okay. Tajaram says, how comes Nikhil doesn't come on CCP anymore? Ask Nikhil in it. I don't know. Listen, all due respect to Nikhil. Nikhil has blown way beyond CCP, and that's to his credit. That doesn't mean, of course, I can send him a message and say, do you want to come on? But I think you also have to understand that Nikhil is pretty much on Sportsmax. He's their correspondent, cricket district. I don't know if coming on CCP represents a conflict of interest. Also, he may think that coming on CCP, again, I'll say this out of respect, he may think that coming on CCP spoils his brand. Like, you have to understand that myself and Santoki, we're reckless. We say whatever we want to say. And if you're trying to establish yourself globally, like Nikhil is, coming on CCP might be a negative thing, you know, because we don't care what we say. So he probably has to take that into consideration as well, to be fair. Anyway, so who's that? Alzari Joseph opening the bowling. Which Sri Lankans are on strike? Oh, thank you to Kartikeya. This is the Sri Lankan team. Nasanka, Mendis, Pereira, Mendis, Asalanka, Rajapaksa, I don't know how you say his name. Hasaranga, Wikramasinga, Tiksana, anyways, Pathrana Asitha. Big up the Sri Lankans. Big up the Sri Lankans and big up my mispronunciations on some of those names. But big up the Sri Lankan team. Everyone 18 months away from the next World Cup, which is in India and Sri Lanka, is it not? So actually, in some ways, this is an important series in terms of not acclimatizing, but understanding the conditions we're likely to face. Joseph in again to Mendes, defends that one. Out to a short cover, no run. Yeah, I was. Jose says them names is real pressure. I was under pressure, Jose. I was under real pressure saying them names. Carter Care didn't help me. Next time, give me a phonetic breakdown on some of them Sri Lankan man, and how you say their names. So what do we feel about the team, people? What do you feel about the team? I haven't done one of these watch-alongs in a while. I just happen to be free. People often say to me, Mash, do more watch-alongs. Fam, I've got a 6-year-old daughter. Sunday is not only holy day, it's also look after my daughter day. It just so happens that I just don't have her today, so I'm free. So a rare watch-along on CCP. Joseph, in again, down the leg side. That'll be called wide. He'll reload that one. Yeah, what do we think about the team? Good to see Lewis back. Let's see the talking points. Good to see Lewis back. What else? Obviously, remember, Puran isn't there. He normally would be playing. That's really the only missing person from the top 6. Some will say Hetty, but Hetty's not assured of a place in the top 6. Obviously, Dre's not there. So this is why it's good to see Shamar Springer, because the only way Dre ever loses his place in the West Indies team before the next World Cup or going into the next World Cup is if someone like Springer and Shepherd, that one, full stroke there by Mendes outside his off stump, chased it, no nick, no run. 2 off the first 3 balls from Alzara Joseph. Obviously, Joseph is a lock. Multi is a lock. Remember, Keel Hussein's not there. He would normally be a lock. It's a slow pitch. Obviously, West Indies chose to bowl first because Duckworth Lewis will likely come into it. They expect more rain later on. It's better to chase when there's rain in the air. We're seeing certain people get chances because there's no Akil, no Obed McCoy. Oh, that's rubbish fielding there. Who was that? Was that Powell? Yeah, it was Powell. Powell coming in off what? Where was it? It was an easy single to stop it. I think it was running across from mid-off. Or was it extra cover? I don't know where it was. Either way, he let it through his hand. Is it a bit moist out there? Let me see. Yeah, it was just... He went down in installments. Powell's actually lucky he's in the team. He had a bad CPL, but obviously he's captain, so it's not like he's going to get dropped. But if it was done on form, arguably Powell's lucky to be in the team, but it is what it is. Big up Jerome Foster. He's out in Sri Lanka. New media officer for West Indies. My Jamaican brethren, big up Jerome. Down the leg side again from Alzari. But Nasanka gets a bit of bat on that one, so there won't be a reload. 5 balls gone. 6 off the first over. Let's see some comments. Osprey says, glad to see Rutherford is back after his issues at CPL. Yep, the great on said about that. Remember, those who don't know, Rutherford was sent home, or maybe he removed himself from the St. Kitts and Nevis team for disciplinary matters, which are yet to fully come out, but everyone knows it was a disciplinary reason. Good bouncer there from Alzari to end the over. 6 off the first over. Sri Lanka 6 without loss after 1. Let's see if I can keep this energy up for the duration of the match. These T20s go on for time. You see, when it gets to like the second innings, I start flagging these days. OTC says, wouldn't you play an extra spinner? Yeah, I'm surprised to not see 3 spinners. Obviously, Rostam was always going to play off spin. I think there's 5 left-handers in the Sri Lankan top order, if I'm not mistaken. So Rostam was always going to play. Multi was always going to play. Who's the other spinner in the squad? Who's the other spinner, people? Who's the other spinner that was taken? Anyone remember? Was there another spinner taken? Fabian Allen, but he's obviously lower order batting all rounder. Was there another? Hayden Walsh Jr. Was Hayden Walsh Jr. there? Was Hayden Walsh Jr. Is Hayden Walsh Jr. just in the LDI squad, or so they could have taken they could have picked Hayden as a leggy. So that's the thing. Once you've dropped Akil Hussain, it probably shows then the dearth of spinning options that Fabian Allen and Hayden Walsh Jr. are your only other options if Akil Hussain isn't there. What does that say about our depth or lack thereof? Or good ball there. Who's that? Shamar Joseph, good ball there. This should suit him, that kind of, what do I want to say? That slingy, not slingy, skiddy, that's the word I want. Shamar's skiddy action may, and pace obviously, may well suit this pitch if he can just land it on a length. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Shamar gets some joy on this track. Famous last words. Oh, Walsh is in the ODI squad. Wait, what? Is Walsh not in the T20 squad? Oi, catches the leading edge, squirts through the offside for one. Second ball. Beaten for pace there. Or certainly not beaten for pace, but certainly hurried him up, Nasanka. 2 runs for that ball. Let me go see the T20 squad. I can't remember who the spinners are. West Indies. Okay, T20. Who's the other spinner in the squad? There is no other spinner. What are you lot talking about? You lot said Hayden Walsh chases that one, Nasanka, no rum. It's Fabian, Terence Hines. There is no other spinner. Hayden Walsh is in the ODI squad. Hold on a minute. So it's just Fabian Allen. So there's no other spin option that they could have played. You're not really going to play Fabian. I wonder what they see Fabian as these days. Do they see him as a bowling all-rounder? Lower order bowling all-rounder? I don't know if people really know what Fabian is anymore. When Fabian first broke onto the scene, he was a big hitting, finishing lower order bats like number 6, number 7 down the leg side from Shmar, who was like a Roston Chase type all-rounder. I think they now see him as a lower order left. I think they see his bowling now before they see his batting. I'm not sure that's a question for you lot. What do you see Fabian Allen as now? Obviously we know he's brilliant in the field, but what is he now? Because of the injury and the timeout of the game, I don't think anyone really knows what Fabian's strongest suit is. It's probably the left arm spin. Fielded at cover there. No run. I think they probably see him more as a bowler now. Has to be. Has to be. He's certainly fallen off from what he once was. But he's young still. Don't rule Fabian Allen out. He's still a young blood out here. Young by West Indies standards. Fabian's what, 29? That's young by West Indies standards. Big up everybody in the live, 120 of you. Didn't know how many would turn up for this game today. Oi, pins him, but that's going down the leg side. They'll run through for a leg by 1 run. Yeah, so Pink Spaghetti says Fabian should be given more responsibility with the bat and that she sees his position more as a 5 to 7. That's my point. I think they underutilize him because more often than not now when Fabian gets a West Indies chance, he's batting at like 8 or 9, which means they must see him as a bowling option first things first. Because Fabian is a better batter than Shamar Springer in the kind of T20 context. At his peak, he's on par with Romario Shepherd with the bat. Good ramp shot there from who's that? Mendes, but Multi's down there at third man. Right. Anyways, end of the over. Caravan Life says Allen is a specialist fielder who can help in either his numbers in the batting and let me start again. Specialist fielder who can help, but his numbers in batting and bowling have been underwhelming. Okay. OTC, I'm going to come back to this. In fact, I'll leave it on the screen for now. Let me just update the score. So at the end of the second over, it's 11 without loss. I think good I like those 2 opening overs by the Shamar and Alzari. I'd give Alzari the third over. I don't think there's any reason to change the the attack right now. I'd give Alzari a second. Normally, Akil Hussein. Oh, they've gone to Romario. Normally, Akil Hussein would bowl one of these first 3 overs, but he's not there, so they've given it to Romario, straight down the leg side and helped into the leg side. But there is a fielder stationed out there at square leg. That was nonsense from Shepherd to start off with. Wrong line. Let me go back to that point. So now the rule of playing regionals are done and dusted. Thank God. Can everybody... Okay, fine. Let's deal with this point. I was going to leave it till tomorrow's call-in show. Can everybody now say, Mash, you were right all along? Can everybody now give me my flowers, please? Which other media station, channel, show have you heard? What? Is he out? Oh, no. Catches the top edge in the Sanka, charges Shepherd, 1 bounce and 4, goes back over his head, wicketkeeper's head, but he got enough distance and height on it to clear the slip fielder. Shepherd banged it in short. Yeah, catches top edge, full stroke, but gets a 4 all the same. Such is the nature of T20. Anyways, where's my flowers, people? Name another show where somebody was kept on saying month after month, year after year, just pick these guys anyway. Anyone who's been watching CCP from day dot, you will know that I had been saying from day dot, just pick Pooran, all inside edge 4. Pick Pooran, pick all these man in tests anyway. We do not have a big enough talent pool to be telling Nicholas Pooran, go play 2 regional matches to prove that you can bat in test cricket. Just pick the man. Just pick the man. As it stands right now, I suspect that Nicholas would probably say, boy, test cricket ain't for me anyways. But just pick Pooran anyway. Just pick the man. I've been saying it for years. If West Indies had ever let me come close to being a selector, I would have rung Pooran and said, boy, let me come round your house. Come, let me just reason. Can we just reason? He's got the nick. Shepherd gets the wicket. Back-to-back 4s. And then Nasanka nicks off. I mean, the first 2 shots before that were full stroke. So Romario will probably say, I deserve that. Nasanka nicks off first wicket, 20 for 1. Let me just update that. Good one from Shepherd there. 20 for 1. Is that 20 for 1? Yeah, 20 for 1. Well done, Romario. Romario gets the first. Good start from West Indies. Yeah, let me finish my Pooran point. I would have rung Pooran. I'd have said, boy, come we sit down and reason. I would have said, let's go order some doubles, slights. And I would have said, can we just reason over some doubles? And I said, Nicholas, you are the greatest talent in the region right now. I know you don't really want to play this Red Bull stuff, but hear me. You're too talented for us to not just try a little ting, okay? You don't even have to play no Red Bull game because I've done seen you in OJ cricket, and other than Shea Hope, you're the only one who looks like you know how to put an innings together. So hear me. When we next play our down bad test series versus Bangladesh, just come in and play your natural game. Yeah, you might get out 1-2 times for under 10, but so do the rest of them, man. But the one time you come off, you'll probably win us a test match. So hear me, come straight into the side. And I would stand up there with chest as lead selector and say, who won chat to me now? I'm picking Pooran, so what? Don't care if he didn't play no Red Bull games. I'm picking him because he's better than all the other man. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Moving like it's hard to do that. Anyways, let's get back to the match. Inside edge, 4. Oh no, actually Shamar should chase that down, 2 runs. This isn't, it's hard to bat through the line on this track. I think the ball isn't coming on true to the batters. Who's a new batter anyways? Pereira. Yeah, Nasanka chase it outside the off stump. Didn't even need to do that, but he'd been battering Harum Scarum since he'd come to the wicket, so goodbye Nasanka. Oh, didn't even realise that Shepherd's gone around the wicket to Pereira. OTC says, considering we now have Bangladesh coming up, and now we've told people they don't have to play Red Ball cricket, what changes do you see taking place? Nothing. I don't see any changes taking place. Round the wicket, great shot from Pereira through the covers, 4 runs. I don't see any changes because look at the top 6. If I give you the top 6 that played our last Test match versus South Africa, who do you see getting dropped? Craig ain't getting dropped. Louis ain't getting dropped. Carty only just came in. He ain't getting dropped. Afanase, there's question marks, but I don't think they'll drop him. Hodge definitely isn't getting dropped, and Holder's at 6. So who out of that 6 is holding a drop? Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see a King, Holt, Pooran in there, but realistically, out of those 6, injuries notwithstanding, who's getting a drop? You can tell me, oh, this man should get a drop, but don't. I'm not here for your emotional views on it. I'm saying realistically, who would hold a drop? And the answer is no one. However, if any of those 6 fail versus Bangladesh, then we can talk about who might hold a drop ahead of Pakistan. But I think they're all, generally speaking, going to get their chance against Bangladesh. Anyways, new over. Shamar Joseph back into the attack again. At the end of the 3rd, it was 26 for 1, by the way. Should put 26 for 1 off 3. If by the way, if you see me just disappear off the screen, it's because this laptop, now what happens if I'm on it too long, it just shuts down. So if you lot just see the screen go blank, just stay in the live. I'll be back, but I just need to reboot the laptop because it would have told me that you're on this thing too long chatting, your fuckery to come off in it. So I'll be back though, so don't go nowhere. Bowled him, bowled down his blood. Anyways, Shamar straight through Pereira. Straight through Pereira. What did I say? Who was watching when I said Shamar's gonna have fun on this wicket? Straight through Pereira. Pereira late on the stroke. Sri Lanka 26 for 2. 27 for 2 even. Beating for pace. You know when people say, oh, Mash, you don't know what you're talking about. Go back and rewind what I said when Shamar came in, when Shamar bowled the second over. Straight for him, on the right length. Knocked down his off stump. Yeah, well done, Shamar. Love that. Sri Lanka 27 for 2. Yes. So Sri Lanka 27 for 2 after 3.2. West Indies on top here. For those who've just joined the live, Romario Shepherd got the first, getting was it Nasanka? Nasanka to nick behind, chasing a wide one, and Shamar Joseph has just bowled Pereira, pinning back or pegging back his off stump. And West Indies started well here. Started well. Good performance thus far. So energy. Oh, I need to charge this laptop. See what I mean? I didn't even check to see if the laptop was live. What percentage is my thing on? Next batter in is Kamindu Mendes. Yes. This goddamn phone. See what I mean? Some phone company needs to sponsor CCP and just send me a phone. Right, okay, so Mendes is in with, is it both Mendeses in? Gilly says, what channel are you watching from? Gilly, I'm in London, so I'm watching it on TNT Sport. Those of you who have got the illegal feeds, those who've got illegal feeds, put the link in, bless everyone up with the link so that they can watch the cricket, innit? Oh, again, quick on Mendes here. What's the other Mendes called? This one's called Kamindu. What's the other one called? Let me see what the score is for the Bromley women's team. See how we got on today. Whilst you lot are all doing that, did we win today? Come on, Bromley women. Oh, it's 2-2 at the moment. Okay. Kusal Mendes and Kamindu Mendes. Okay. Anyways, 2 balls left of Shamar Springer's second over. And again, good pace, fielded at mid-off, no run. Kusal and Kamindu. Is there right, okay. 1 ball left of the 4th over, Shamar Joseph. Mendes is onto that. Hoiks it over the mid-wicket region for 4. 1 bounce, and it rolls into the boundary for 4, sorry. Yeah. Good shot there from Kamindu. And that brings an end to the 4th over. 31 for 2 are Sri Lanka. I'd take that. As a West Indies fan, I'd take that right now. You always remember what Sammy always says. He always says you should aim for 3 wickets in the power play. Pink Spaghetti says, do we know why Lewis was favoured over Charles? Surprised he's held a drop. Right, yeah. So I got an update on that. I think I said it on, I can't remember which show I said it on recently. So Johnson Charles has a, I can't remember what, it was either his toe or his ankle. He's got some kind of foot injury. And so he had to go and have some surgery on it. So, and this is what, straight through him, Alzari. Love that. Which Mendes is that one? Kusal Mendes didn't know where that was going. Good first ball there from Alzari at the start of the 5th over. Just again, I think on this wicket, it's on a length. It's on a length that you have to bowl. I don't think it's about the fuller ball or the short ball. On a length, we'll reap rewards here. Anyways, yeah. So Johnson Charles was having surgery, but this is what's weird. I found that out. All Cricket West Indies had to do was just put that in the press release. And this is what me and Santoki are always talking about. If you don't put things like that on the leg side, though, from Alzari, and that's just helped over the boundary rope, just over the boundary rope from Kusal Mendes, back with a square 4-6. All they had to do was just put that in the press release and say, he's got an injury, he's having surgery. And then nobody would question anything. Do you see what I mean? Like, I need to message Kishore because it's own goals like that, which have people just being like, what's going on? Cuss, this, that. Just let people know the thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, anyways, whatever. I'm tired of talking. Anyways, anyone who's in the live, like, share, subscribe. Maybe this is the first time you've ever seen or heard of the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. We do content on West Indies cricket that no other channel can replicate. If you're new, another one banged in short. I said bowl on a length. This fool bangs it in short, and that's just pulled through mid wicket for 4. Man bowling short, just bowl on a length. Anyways, Sri Lanka 41 for 2. Man bouncing that one in short. You after 4 overs, you done already see that short ball ain't gonna work on this wicket. Anyways, Joseph, let's see what he does. His head must be hot into Kusal on a length. Should have been fielded there at point, and or was he at gully there? Anyways, 1 run. How many balls left of this over? 2 more balls left. Yeah, so anyways, what was I saying? If you're new to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, this is what we do. Sometimes we do watch-alongs. More often than not, we just record videos about West Indies cricket. I don't think there's no show outlet anywhere that covers West Indies cricket the way we do. You'll find a lot trying to copy us. There's no one who does it like us. There ain't no one. Really and truly, there ain't no one. Outside the off stump, that won't be a wide. I think that's inside the tram lines. It's a dot ball. So yeah, if you want to know about West Indies cricket, like, share, subscribe, click that notification bell so that you're always informed as to when some new content has dropped. We go live every Monday for a call-in show if you want to, not every, basically every Monday, if you want to call in and talk about West Indies cricket. And then we just do some content outside of that as well. Watch-alongs aren't as often just because it depends on time, you know. Oi, was that a drop? Was that a drop there? Kusal wanted to smash that one through the covers. Brandon King was in behind it. I just need to see that one again. I heard her catch it. Was it one bounce? Was it one bounce and fielded, or was that a drop? What was that? Looked like a drop to me, but I need to see a replay. TNT Werewolf says even when Fabian was in the LPL a few months ago, he was batting 7 and 9, 2-9, but was bowling his allocation. So a bit surprised not to see him start. I think they've not started in Werewolf because Sri Lanka have 5 left-handers. So they've probably thought, well, what are we going to gain? What are we going to gain by playing 2 slow left-arm orthodox bowlers to a stacked left-handed lineup? How much do you lot buy the whole right-handed, left-handed thing though? I've always trash from Shepherd into the hips and just helped back with a square for 4. I've always thought that if you're a good enough bowler, this whole right hand, left hand, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's preferential matchups and stuff. I'm not saying those don't exist. I'm not saying those things aren't real. But if you're good, you're just good, aren't you? If you're good, you can bowl to everyone. I don't know. I've just always thought that too much credence is given to matchups and right hand, left hand, and so on and so forth. If you can bowl, you can bowl. Simple. And that's stab down to a deep point region for 1. Anyways, I need to update the score. You know, like it was 1 bounce, so there was me thinking it might be a drop. It's actually good fielding by King in the end. Not classical fielding, but he managed to field the ball, and that's all that matters. So, anyways, this is the final over before the end of the power play. I think Sri Lanka will be happier than West Indies at this particular point in time. West Indies, if they can get 1 more wicket before the end of the power play, then maybe they'll say they're on top. Shepherd in to Kusal. Slapped down to deep point for 1. So yeah, you know, like on those kind of like I was watching some watch-alongs, like football watch-alongs. Connor Bean says, "Where's a live stream? Do you mean we can actually watch the game?" Don't know, bro. Go to type in cricket forum on YouTube. I was watching these like live watch-alongs for football, and I was looking at their graphics, thinking, how do they get all those graphics and stuff? This is how you know. This is how you know Caribbean Cricket Podcast don't have no money. Because I see all these like Manchester United type live watch-alongs. I'm like, how do they like get like the teams down the side and this, that, and the third? These times, I don't understand none of that stuff, and I'm looking at going, is this something that you need money for? We don't have money out here. We don't have CCP. Listen, it's by the it really is by the fans for the fans, you know. And that one is helped. 1 bounce over mid wicket. 1 bounce rolls along into the boundary rope again for 4. Get Shepherd out the attack, please. Get Shepherd out, please. I beg. This is the thing with Romario. You just never know what you're gonna get, and I get it. I get why they persist with Romario, but you just never know what you're gonna get. One day is buffet bowling, one day is patty shot bowling. Next day he looks like prime Sobers. Like, Today looks like Patty Shop Shepherd. So, boy. And that brings an end to the power play. And Sri Lanka are 53 for 2 at the end of the power play. So 54 for 2 even at the end of the power play. So who you lot got? Who had the better of that power play? Who had the better of the power play, people? Do you know what? Let me try something. Let me try a little ting. Let me try a little ting right now. Bear with me, people. Let me. I'm an uncle, you know. I'm a real uncle. A real uncle out here. You lot, like, I'm not a young buck anymore. Anything that's technological, I'm out here like, huh? I want the blood. Here we go. 1 second. Let me try a little ting. Can I do it? Also, okay, let me try this. This is why CCP will never be good, because Santoki and I don't know what we're doing. Let me try this little ting now. Yes. Yes. Huh? Okay. Let's try this one. Yes. Okay. Vote now, people. Uncle's moving. I'm really moving here. Uncle level is up. I just did a poll. So who had the better of the power play, people? West Indies or Sri Lanka? How do I and then I'll stop that. I'll stop that in a minute, that poll. Anyways, Ross and Chase into the attack. This is why, well, Chase would have played anyways, but this is where Chase is critical in this game. There's so many left-handers in the Sri Lanka top order that Chase really needs to try and see what he can do. Let's get to some of the comments. I missed quite a few. Whilst I was trying to put that poll up, I missed quite a few things, you know. OTC says, Machel, what do you think the LGI top 6 will look like? Let me find the team again. 1 second. Do you know what, OTC? Let me not answer that one just yet, because I'll try answer that at halftime in the innings break or something. Remind me, post that question again in the innings break when I've got a bit more time to look at it. Oh, no nonsense. Anyways, chasing again. Kamindu backs away to try and give himself room, but can't beat the point fielder. No run. So I'm going to stop that poll in the next 5 minutes. But evidently, of all the people that voted, they're saying that Sri Lanka had the better of the power play. So I hear you. That one's tucked into mid-wicket. They'll come back for 2. Good running. Good over so far from Roston. Only 4 off it, off the first 4 balls. 2 balls remaining. Okay, let's stop this poll in the next 30 seconds. Anyways, Chase into Kamindu. He's 18 off 14. Kusal, 19 off 13. Again, well fielded on the 45. No run. Okay, so we'll call off the vote. The vote is 79% say Sri Lanka had the better of the power play. 21% said West Indies had the better of the power play. Okay, we'll end that poll. Well done, everyone. Well done. We had 40 votes on that poll. The people have spoken. Travel Tekken Tours says, hi, I'm from Sri Lanka. Big shout out for me and my channel. Yeah, big up Travel Tekken Tours. I don't even know who Travel Tekken Tours is, but big big him or her up, and big up him or her's channel. You know what? Let me go look up Travel Tech and Tours channel, see what it is, just to make sure it's not like an OnlyFans page. How do I know that? How do I know Travel Tech and Tours isn't selling dildos and stuff? So let me just go and check just to make sure that I didn't just big up something that's on some next thing. Okay, let me go see what Travel Tech and Tours is doing, see what kind of madness is on his page. Hold on a minute. Food court. Okay, Travel Tech and Tours. Travel Tech and Tours has 2,000 subscribers, and I see pictures of like a food court. I assume somewhere in Sri Lanka. Oh, so you're basically. Nah, wait a minute. Travel Tech and Tours. This is a. Nah, Travel Tech and Tours. Oh, what a blood. Nah, let me. Nah, we're not bigging up. No, we're not bigging up Travel Tech and Tours. Nah, what the. Hey. Hey, my youth. Right. So, right. What's the score? So the current score at the moment is 58 for 2 from 7.2 overs. 50, right. Multi's into the attack. He's followed up Chase. Multi's bowling. Oh, bowled him. Kusal goes back, tries to, I guess, tuck one. Tries to what? Maybe tuck it fine down to third man. And Multi bowls down the top of the bail. And Kusal has to go for 19. There's the third wicket we wanted. And West Indies. Does that mean we're back on top? 58 for 3. Well done, Maltz. Did he play onto his stumps there, or did he go through him? Anyway, so 58 for 3 off 7.3 overs. Well done. So if you're just joining us, all 126 of you who are currently in the live watch along, let me just give you a synopsis of the wickets so far. First person to fall was Nasanka. Bold Shepherd caught Shea Hope, chasing a wide one. The score then was 20 for 1 after 2.4 overs. And then after 3.2 overs, Shamar Joseph, too much pace for Kusal Pereira, went straight for him, bowled, pinned back his off stump, and it was 27 for 2 at that point. And we've just had a wicket outside of the power play. Kusil Mendes bowled by Multi, Sri Lanka 59 for 3. And that brings Lanka, the captain, to the crease with Kamindu Mendes. Let us continue. Let's close that. So many things open. One of them probably gonna lock off the live by mistake at some point. Here we are. Why has Jay said, how did Rostam become boyfriend? Whose boyfriend? How did Rostam become boyfriend? What? Oh, what? Hey. Right, okay. So Kartikeya says Asalanka has been in poor form with the bat. Okay, that's good for West Indies, but let's see how he goes anyways. Multi, final ball of the 8th over, and there's no run there. So that brings an end to the 8th over. Sri Lanka 60 for 3 after 8. 60 for 3 after. Oh, let's update that there. Let's put another poll in. Right, I've just started something. I don't even... What the hell? What have I just done? So I've just tried something in the chat. I don't even know how it works. Like, do I have to... Oh. Questions. Oh, I don't know what I've done here. Apparently I've put a question in the live chat. You lot see if you can answer that. I'm playing around with YouTube. I'm playing around with the YouTube stuff today to see what it can do. Can anyone see that question? So I've just put a question in the live chat which says, what is a good pass score from here? Sri Lanka being 60 for 3 for 8. But how do I see if anybody's actually answered the question? Like, I don't understand what happens from here. Answer. Wait, what? Answer. Did that even work? Anyways, whatever. Kartikeya says that Indian batsmen struggled against Sri Lanka's spinners. Maybe I have to go back to the chat. I don't actually know. So, anyways, let me play around with this live chat. Man, what is this, cuz? Sorry, people. Okay. Anyways, let's continue. Anyways, yeah, I was playing around with it, people. I don't know how it works. That was me trying something. Anyways, Rods, more importantly, says that 170 is a good score from here. Is that a good score for West Indies or is that a good score for Sri Lanka? That's the thing. I should have really specified what I mean by that, because I'm not even sure myself. I'm going to end that Q&A because I don't think it really worked. So, yeah, let me end that Q&A. That looked like a dead option. So let me just go back to this. So I was thinking 170 will be a great score. Yeah, so Rudy, it's a good point from Rudy. Rudy says, is this considered West Indies B team? So this is why through the covers, through extra cover, in fact, and 4. Who was that? Was that Multi down there? Yeah. Multi was running round from long off. But the momentum of trying to field the ball, he kind of went over the rope trying to field it. So 4 runs. What's I saying? If West Indies win this series or win any matches, for me, it's a genuinely good performance because this is the first time where I think you could argue that, you know how like all those previous T20 series when I kept on saying, yeah, but West Indies are playing a weakened South Africa, a weakened India, a weakened England, and Bear Man were getting upset with me saying, no, Mash, you're not giving the team credit. Well, this is a weakened West Indies. And if we can win a series against what is, for me, the full strength Sri Lanka, then this will be the first time you'll hear me say, yeah, we're really up. Because this shows our depth against another full strength side. Against a full strength side. So don't get this twisted. This would be a significant series win if we could pull it off. Osprey says 160 to 165 would be competitive. And Kartikeya says West Indies needs to keep Sri Lanka to 160 and lower for it to be a good performance. Or for to feel like they can chase it even. I've got a strong feeling that Sri Lanka's spinners will have a very fun time against us today. Bloody hell! All right. Denzel says all out for 140 would be good for the West Indies. Okay. Oh, tries the reverse sweep or ramp there from Kamindu. Kamindu's just calmly got to 27 of 22. I haven't even been paying attention. He just got there. If he gets in, you could argue he's already in. He looks set to go big, but we'll see. Now, I think this is harsh. Sefroy Phillips says, again, reverse again from Kamindu. Is there anyone there? Oh, my God. What on who was that? Who was that? Was it down at deep point? Who was the man just dived over the ball? Who was it? Was it Evan? Or was it Shamar? No, I'm sorry. What on earth? Evan fielding like he's playing for March and Patriots or whatever that team is in Trinidad. Just over a short mid wicket there. They'll come back for 2. Right. So, anyways, SLvWI says any top class sports personality who needs a mental break, then their commitment to the game is questionable. Now, come on. Now, SLvWI, come on, man. Come on. The cricket calendar, and this goes for any sport. Could say football. What we are asking these players to do, and just now, there's a level to your argument that I think you could say, but I don't think the one you're using lands for me, because you can't keep asking these players to go back to back to back to back to back. At some point, you have to, as a human being, have a rest. You mean to tell me that in your job of work, aren't there days in your job of work when you're like, boy, let me just call in sick and take a break. I can't keep going back to back to back to back. These times we're not even traveling nowhere. We're not jumping on planes and going left, right, centre, up, down, backwards, time zones, this, that, and the third. Now, don't get me wrong. I think there are some West Indian players, historically, now even, who want to have their cake and eat it from time to time. But at the same time, burnout is real. Burnout is real, bro. So I don't think we can just say, boy, if they take a mental break, they're weak. Man, have to rest. They ain't machines out here. And on the back foot, pump down the ground, 6. Yeah, see? Remember I was saying a few balls ago when Kamindu was 27 off 22, and I said, man looks like he's already set. Now he's 40 off 26. Like, the man's set to try and get a big score here. So, yeah, I think we have to be careful about demeaning this notion that sports personalities don't need a rest. Anyways, let's keep going. Where are we? I missed loads of comments there. Cricket, the Tashan, big up Tashan, says, what do you think about Shamar? He is up and down performances, but what is your take? Has the hype drizzled down in T20? I just don't think he's played enough cricket. Really, that's really it for me in terms of Shamar. He still hasn't actually played he still hasn't played a significant amount of cricket. So I don't think we can even judge Shamar yet, really and truly. Fitness has been an issue as well. TNT Werewolf, we are now on the end of being the weaker side, so good results here mean something. In terms of par, Sri Lanka would be happy with 170. West Indies would want closer to 155 or 160 because of all the spinners. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so Rudy says Robin made the match-winning decision by batting second, knowing that we're weak against spin, the wet outfield. Do you mean due, or do you just mean the wet outfield will tame the spin off Sri Lanka a bit? We'll see. Rod says that I don't sound as loud and crisp as Monday. One sec, there may be a reason for that. There we go. Okay, Rods, how does this sound? I had the gain down a bit, so I might not be coming across as loud. Does that sound a bit better? Can we please increase the volume a little bit? Wait, what? What volume? My volume or the volume in the background? Which volume are you talking about? I will increase it a tiny piece. And another 6. This time from Lanka. Again, just rocks onto the back foot. Chase drops it a bit short, and he just slaps that leg side for 4. Or for 6 even, not even 4. Anika Green says I sound low. I just turned it up, you know. Is it really that low? It should be much, much higher. Is it because the mic's a bit further away? Is that a 6? Yeah, that's a 6. Evil Kick says hello, CCP. Hello to you, sir. So Josh, is that Josh? Is that Josh as in Josh? Big up, Josh. Josh says, so here's a key question. Do you see the difference in intensity and how this game is being played compared to the CPL? Yes, 100%. That's a good point from Josh. There's a sense of urgency in this game. But then I would say that's the same sense of urgency that you can only get in international cricket when the cricket really means something. Okay, let me move the mic a bit closer. Maybe that's why the audio's not as... Let me try something, actually. I might have it on there. Yeah, just move the mic a bit closer. Sometimes if you put the mic too close, though, you just sound a bit... It sounds a bit too, like, in your face, which is why I had it a bit further away today. I haven't updated the score in a while. Sorry, people. I just realised that I haven't even updated it. Sorry. Just had it on 60 for free all this time. Listen, we're at the halfway stage. So Sri Lanka are 91 for free after 10. They're well on top at this stage. If I was Sri Lanka, I'd be aiming for 170 minimum from here, particularly as Kamindu is set. And you lot are telling me that Kamindu is Bradman. So 161 of you concurrent in the live right now. Big up everyone in the live. Thank you for being part of the show. Let me go into the analytics screen. Yeah, big up everyone. There's a lot of you have come through. Not all of you have stayed, such is the nature of watchalongs. But certainly some people have subscribed since coming through on the live. So if you're new to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. Like it, share it, subscribe, everything. Where are we? Denzel says we need a wicket. Yep, 100%. And ideally, you want it to be Kamindu. Where would you turn though? How many has Alzari bowled? Has Alzari only bowled? Alzari's bowled 2. So everyone's bowled 2. Everyone's bowled 2. Shamar. I was about to say Shamar hasn't bowled. Okay. If I'm Shamar Springer, I'm bowling cutters. If he's got that in his locker, you've got to bowl off cutters into the pitch here. Surely, like, let's see what he does though. Good first ball though from Shamar on a length. Lanka can't do anything with that ball. So yeah, if you just join me and you missed something at a point I made right at the beginning of the live when there was only about 20 people in it, Shamar Springer is making his senior international debut for West Indies at the age of 27. Shamar Springer was known, and his ability was known 10 years ago. Down the wicket, Lanka gets to the pitch, the ball 1 bounce 4. And Shamar Springer's ability was known about 10 years ago. If you ever wanted an understanding as to why West Indies cricket is in the shape it is, look at Shamar Springer. It's taken him 10 years in our shithouse developmental system to finally play a senior game for West Indies. He's not a regular for Barbados. He's had to go to Windward Islands just to get real game time in the franchise system. And it's only now, at the age of 27, that he's found something, as he's gone leg side and that one's lifted backwards a square for 4, 1 bounce 4. It's only now that Shamar Springer has found his true form after 10 years. We are pathetic in the region at being able to take young talent and mature them to then play and know their game by the age of 24, 25, even 23. You think we can get a Harry Brook? Are you insane? No way. No way, genuine edge, but there's no one there. There's no one there. It's gone fine of where a third man would be. Another 4. So Shamar, 4 balls, 12 runs off it so far. Dot 4, 4, 4. So yeah, we're useless. We're useless at developing talent. And then even when we do then develop the talent, so say Shamar Springer plays in this series, right? Let's say he plays 2 games. And let's just say he has a down bad time of it. He'll get dropped, and we won't hear from him again now for another 2 years. That's how our system works. It's fucking shit. Sorry, I shouldn't have been that. I shouldn't have been that aggressive with the language, but it is though, isn't it? Like it's crap. We have no notion of development. The next time West Indies A team plays any kind of series tour, Shamar Springer should be on it. And if I don't see his name on it, we are not serious about development. And that's in all formats. I'd put him in all formats. T20, ODI, Red Ball, take him on an A-team tour. Anyways, final ball of the over, better ball from Shamar, dot. And that's, what's that off the first? 14 off his first over. Don't worry, young Ute. Don't worry, young Ute. You can come again. You can come again. That's international cricket. It's all part of the process. So 14 off the first over from Shamar Springer. Sri Lanka, like I say, well on top. They're now 106 for 3. After 12 overs, West Indies desperately need a wicket, and I personally would ask Alzarri Joseph to bowl. You've got to go to your premier bowler at this stage to try and buy you a wicket. That's what I think you have to, surely. That's the whole point of Alzarri Joseph in this format of the game. He's your enforcer bowler, and if you're down under the pump, he's got to be given the ball as a senior guy and say, can you get me a wicket? Let's see who they turn to, though. Let's see who they go to. Looks like it might be Shamar Joseph, not Alzarri Joseph, which means they want to save Alzarri for the death, which, given that they may end up with Romario Shepherd at the death, maybe that makes more sense. Nobody wants to see Romario Shepherd bowl at the death. Nobody. No West Indian fan wants to see Romario Shepherd bowl at the death. Man are sending me work emails right now. See what I mean? Can't even enjoy my life. Pure work emails coming through. Oh, Jaja. Oh, Jaja. Shamar Joseph back into the attack. Let's look at some comments. So Shamar Joseph back into the attack. Starts with a dot. Good pace. Actually, turns away. Not turns away, but just swings away ever so slightly off the seam. Good ball there from Shamar. What comments have I missed whilst I was talking about Shamar Springer? Come to that one in a minute. Again, beats him for pace. Good bowling there from Shamar. Kamindu goes for the wild heave hole, but it's beaten for pace there. This is good because this is kind of some of the things that you want to learn from these type of games. So I was saying you've got to go back to Alzarri because he's the enforcer bowler. He's the senior guy. But when you play Alzarri and Shamar and you give Shamar more game time and opportunities to show what he can do at the international level, hopefully it puts us in a situation where we can say, actually, we've got 2 enforcers that we can turn to. Shamar, and again, this one's wide down the leg side. Reload that one. Seafroy Phillips says, your discourse during the games is a breath of fresh air. Well balanced and objective. Thank you, Seafroy. This is why I keep saying that West Indies media are missing the trick by not utilising CCP in their coverage. But the problem is, you know why we'll never get used? Because we'll talk the realness. Nobody don't want to hear the actual realness. I'll get locked off air way too quick. Again, down the leg side, but there is a man there on the 45. They'll get away with it. So where are we? Let's go. Josh says, my topic for discussion tomorrow is talent management. Oh, Josh is telling me he wants to go 25 minutes on the live call-in show tomorrow. Let me speak to Fireball. Fireball might have to block you. Shamar again down the leg side. This time Kamindu is onto it, and yeah, that's 6. And that got the treatment it deserved. It was 3 balls in a row that Shamar had drifted onto the pads, and he got away with the previous 2. Kamindu weren't going to let him get away with the 3rd one, and that's helped over the deep square boundary for 6. Yeah, that was nonsense from Shamal. You got the treatment that you deserved that. Cricket to Hashan says, I like the idea of having Spring on a red ball tour because his height and bowling skills are appropriate. Yeah, but I'm talking about. I'm in fairness, Tashan. I'm specifically though talking about an A team tour. I don't know when the next West Indies A team tour would be. Again, down the leg side from Shamar, gets away with it. Oh, he's given a wide. I thought he got bat on that. To be fair, I thought Kamindu hit that. Anyways, Shamar's lost his radar here. I'm not actually sure what Shamar's trying to do. There's no joy in bowling leg side to Kamindu. So given that his first two balls beat Kamindu for pace outside his off stump, what's the radar playing at right now? This time he goes around. Sorry, he goes over the wicket and it's a dot. One more ball left of this over. It's gone on for a while here. We've gone dot, dot, wide, dot, 6, wide, dot. Other than the 6, the thing is, it's an all right over. Other than the 6, he just lost his radar going around the wicket. It's come back over. Can he get out of the over without punishment? Kamindu will definitely be targeting the offside. Again, beats him for pace outside the off stump. Kamindu does want to go, tries to loft one over the offside. Doesn't get anything on it. End of the over. Michael Vaughan, thank you for coming in, Michael Vaughan. Michael Vaughan says West Indies got to watch out for Sri Lankan Bradman. Yes, thank you. So the score at the end of the 13th over is what is the score? See, 1 second. 114 for 3. At the end of the 13th, has Kamindu got his 58? Kamindu is 48 from 34. Lanka is got the wrong overs there. Lanka is 24 from 15. I reckon Sri Lanka are now looking at what, 190? If West Indies, Ramiro Shepherd is back. Let's see if it's nonsense. Looks like a bit of a slower ball there. Anyways, pushed to mid off for 1. Let me just put Kamindu is on 48. Lanka. How much is Lanka on? Lanka's on 24. Let's go back to some comments. Tucked into the leg side by Kamindu for 1. Chatil says Yannick Correa disappointed that he isn't playing, which is a popular cuss word in Sri Lanka, his surname. Oh, okay, interesting. Yannick's taken some time out the game, to be fair, for the last few months, personal issues, but he has just been selected for the Super 50, the Trinidad and Tobago 50 over trial game. So possibly, given that a couple of seasons ago he was the GOAT in Super 50, him, Hayden Walsh, and Narain, was it that Super 50 where he was the GOAT? So possibly we'll see Yannick Carrier in the Super 50 coming up. And there's the 50 for Kamindu. 50 from 36 balls, and I would expect him to now explode. Now he's got to the statement 50. Getting the applause from Jayasuriya. Wait a minute. This surely can't actually be Michael Vaughan. Oh God, there's no way this is. Obviously, I'm not stupid enough to believe it is, but but either way though, the person purporting to be Michael Vaughan says, big fan of CCP and looking forward to the ODIs in October, November. And I'm assuming Michael Vaughan is referring to the England ODIs. Yes, we are looking forward to them for sure. Do you know what? Actually, speaking of those England ODIs, so I'll give people a bit of a heads up about that. So I was looking. I'm actually available. Tell me if I'm crazy, people. This was my plan, and I haven't booked it because I was like, should I really do it or not? So there's two ODIs in Antigua, for 31st and the 2nd of November, and I spoke to my plug about how much would it cost for me to get out to Antigua to watch those games, because obviously I'd get press, so I know I wouldn't have to pay to go to the games themselves, and the price I was quoted was reasonable, and I was like, should I go to Antigua to watch I think it's the first. Yeah, it's the first and the second ODI. What do you reckon, people? Should I do it? And if I do it, I just have to book it. That's how I did it for Trinidad. I just didn't think about it. I was just like, just book the ticket and worry about everything else afterwards. Should I go to Antigua, people, and go and do some coverage? The thing is, though, here's the problem. The reason why I've been umming and ahhing about it, the price has probably gone up by about 200 quid since I last spoke to the guy. But the reason I was umming and ahhing about it was because when I went to Trinidad, um, that was great. Don't get me wrong, but don't get twisted. I wasn't paid to be out in Trinidad. That was me. That was me doing that out of my own pocket. It wasn't like I was working for anyone. And I don't know. I'm just like, can I do another trip to the Caribbean where essentially it's out of my own pocket? And that's why I've been umming and ahhing about it. I think a lot of people think that CCP, like that Santoki and I get loads of money out of this thing. No way. Like, it's just no, it doesn't happen. And my dad was here earlier this week before going back. He was on his way to somewhere, stopped over in London. He's gone back to Jamaica yesterday. And my dad was cussing, saying, when you come into Jamaica next? Because obviously my parents live in Jamaica. And I was like, if I go to Antigua, it's a lot to try go Trinidad and Antigua in 1 year, and then go see my parents in Jamaica. So I was saying to my dad, I might come Christmas, I might go Easter, to Jamaica. So it's a lot. I've not been to Antigua before. I don't know. It's a lot, people. It's a lot to spend that money knowing that I'm not recouping any of it. Nothing at all. Like not even like 10% of it. Just peas just getting spent to go and see West Indies play England. But anyways, I'll think about it. Like if I do it, it'll be completely random. It's the type like it'll be what I'd do is that tomorrow I'd just ring my plug and say, you know what, just book the tickets. I'll worry about everything else afterwards. I've got so many. I mean, it's in Antigua, so Cricket West Indies is based in Antigua. It's not like I can't say to someone, I beg I stay here, or I beg I do that. I'm sure people would be like, oh, Mash, just come cotch at my yard and XYZ. I'm sure I could pattern that. But yeah. Anyways, we'll see. Anyways. And the thing is, because it's England, the last thing I'll just say on that, because it's England, there'll be so many people already doing stuff because it's England. Like CCP ain't standing out. When I went to Trinidad to do West Indies, South Africa, I knew that would stand out because no one cares. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, straight down the ground. I've not been paying attention to the cricket. One bounce, one bounce and into the boundary rope. That is another 4. Who's getting the tap now? Alzari. That's the end of the 15th. No, one more ball left in the 15th. Alzari's gone for 12 in this over. Let me focus back on the cricket. Alzari rolling his wrist there. Was he trying to bowl the cutter? Either way, was that Mendes who gave him the treatment? Or was it Lanka? Last ball of the 3rd, down the ground. Oh, Is that deflected off Alzari's foot? Either way, 1 run. So that's the end of the 15th. And you lot said, when I asked you lot about 10 overs ago, or was it not 10 overs ago, about it was about 7 overs ago, I said, what was par? And you said 170. Well, we've got 5 overs left. And Sri Lanka are 132 for 3. Mendes is 51 off 37, looking more than set. West Indies don't look like they... I mean, Sri Lanka is actually doing better than Mendes. He's 39 from 24. And it's looking like West Indies don't know how to get a wicket at this stage. Right, last 5. Let's see who's going to bowl the last 5. Chase is going to bowl out now. That leaves 4. So that means Springer's got to bowl 1. So the last 4 will have to be, under no circumstances do I want to see Romario Shepherd get the 19th or 20th. So Chase is going to get the 16th. I want to see Shepherd get the 17th. Springer maybe the 18th. And then the 2 Josephs 19th and 20th. Anyways, that one is punched over cover, but there are 2 fielders out in the deep and they'll come back for 2. Chatil says, what's up with Pooran, Hetmeyer, Keel all resting at the same time? So Hetmeyer is going to Abu Dhabi to play that T10 tournament. Carl Mayers is playing that T10 tournament. If I'm not mistaken... No, but hold on. No, that's in November. Hold on. No, hold on. That's in late November, though. So, I don't know. Do you know what I genuinely believe? I think they're all resting because... What does this series, in the grand scheme of things, this series is irrelevant. The England series is a kind of like it's a main event series. West Indies, England will always have more meaning to it. And I just think the players, I'm not saying all of them. Chase reckons that Kamindu's got something on that as he tried for the reverse sweep. They're not going to review that, surely. No, they're not. I just reckon Pooran and Hetmeyer and all that lot have just said, this is a chance for us to have a rest and a break. When our positions aren't under any threat, we're going to come back for another reverse. This time, ricochets off his knee. They're going to come through. They'll get through for 1 leg by. We'll come back for the main event, which is the England T20 series. Can we just have a break, please? That's what I'm assuming this is all about. Rudy says, can we get an interview with Jewel Andrew? I mean, yeah, I'll reach out to the West Indies media team, but I suspect you'll notice that there's a protection there in the covers rather than Powell. No, you'll notice that West Indies media have really upped the quality of their own media platform, of their own like media delivery and outlet. So, for example, you'll see that like Nikhil does a lot of this one down the ground, 1 knee down the ground is their protection. There is, but he won't get there 4 runs. And that's Sri Lanka moves to 46 from 28. So what I'm saying, so you'll notice that Nikhil does a lot of their player interview stuff. And I've just always assumed that West Indies media are like, hold on a minute. We can't have CCP just interviewing all these players and getting like content that we could do ourselves and showcase ourselves. So I'm not saying that doesn't mean we can't speak to Jewel. And I'm not saying that we wouldn't be able to do something slightly different with Jewel. But expect to see like those kind of like life story stuff that CPL do. Expect to see something kind of similar to that for the ODI series where Nikhil probably interviews Jewel and then it comes on the West Indies platform. So, yeah. One day we'll speak to Jewel. I know Jewel's agent, so it's not like I couldn't sort it out. But, yeah, I'll speak to his agent, see what I can do. Josh says, Arts taught sport to allow you to do commentary duties and pay you to then go to Antigua. Yeah. Do you know what? I've never pitched anyone, you know. I've never ever sent any sports outlet, media outlet, an email or rung them and said, "Hi, my name's Machel St. Patrick Hewitt, and I do X." I've never pitched anyone. I just happily done my own stuff, and then if people ring me, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm about." Maybe that's part of the problem. Anyways, Springer is in, and there's his international debut. International wicket, yes, on debut. You see, young Ute, big up the young Ute. Springer. This is why I said after that first over when he took tap, I said, "Don't worry, young Ute. Don't worry, young Ute. I know you've got the talent." Young Ute comes back, second over, and he strikes. West Indies desperately needed a wicket. Springer into the ground, does go short, and yeah, it's a good catch from Chase running in off the boundary rope. It's taken just backward a square, and who's that? It's Mendes. Brilliant. Mendes has gone for 51. Young Ute gets his debut wicket. West Indies finally get rid of this partnership. Yeah, happy for the young Ute there. However, my concern is that Shepherd hasn't bowled his final one yet, and West Indies seem determined. West Indies seem determined to still use Shepherd at the death, even when the whole Caribbean knows that's not the right thing to do. Anyway, Sri Lanka 140 for 4. Right, let's go here. Sorry. So many different comments. Some of the comments in there. Listen, I'm looking at the comments. Some of the comments in here are good Yorker there from Springer. They'll run through for a quick one. What the hell was that? Did that hit someone? Oh, who's this fat man coming in? Hey, what the? That belly shaking like Rakeem Cornwall. Rajapaska. Hey, belly moving mad out here. Man's got that full roti belly, you know. What's going on? The real roti belly. Anyways, that's pulled away back with a square for 4. I just cuss, but oh, it's not Fat Man, it's Asalanka. So Asalanka reaches his 50. He's a really good innings from Asalanka, to be fair. Anyways, let's go at some comments. Rod says, "Can you ask WICB or Cricket West Indies why they always have feedback when they have live press conferences?" Boy, I don't know if they're. Oh, has he got him there? No, full shot. But who's number 8? Alzari Joseph is way back at long on, so that falls safe. 1 run. Yeah, I'll ask a question, but I'm sure they're embarrassed by it. In fact, they can't be embarrassed by it because it happens all the time. So I don't know. Notice that they don't really do press conferences anymore. Full straight from Springer, but the Rajapaska can't. Rajapaska, is that how you say it? Can't do much about that. Skews it out to deep point for 1. Mash, have you thought about talking to any cricket clubs about picking up Jewel? Yeah, but do you know what? There's a safeguarding thing here as well, though. Remember, Jewel's only 17. So they might want to wait till Julie's like 18 before they start thinking about whether he should go abroad and play and whatnot. Is that out? Ah, just skews over. Who's 53? Is it Brandon King? Just skews over the head of the man that's short, fine leg and runs away for 4. Full stroke from Asalanka, but he doesn't care. That's 4 runs. And that's the end of the 17th. Springer got the wicket, but he also went for 11 runs in it as well. But maybe you'll take that for the wicket of Mendes. Osprey reckons that Multy's going to get the 18th or 19th over. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to go Shepherd. Shepherd surely has to bowl now. It's Shepherd, Joseph. But I don't... What? Romario Shepherd should bowl all of his 4 overs before the 15th over. If they are going to give Shepherd one of these last 3, then I want to know what it is that we're actually learning, if anything. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. So who was that person pretending to be Michael Vaughan? Or do you not? Surely it weren't Michael Vaughan. I refuse to accept that that was Michael Vaughan. Someone needs to at Michael Vaughan and say somebody was pretending to be Michael Vaughan. So, anyways, let me update the score. Sri Lanka. Lanka is now on what, 55? 1-5, 1-4. So Lanka is 55 from 31. So it's Shamar Joseph who will bowl the 18th, which tells me that they are legitimately going to give Shepherd one of the last 2. Right, so tucks him up. They'll run a quick one. Like the video, people. Like the video. Subscribe, share, etc. So this first innings has gone so far 1 hour and 27 minutes. I guess that's pretty good going for T20 cricket if we can end this before the 1 hour and 40-minute mark. All T20s, it is my belief that all T20s should be done inside 3 hours. Hoiks it, Lanka. There's a man down there, Rovman Powell at long on, and they'll stick 2-1. Good so far from Shamar Joseph. Let's see what the analytics are saying so far. See if we've got any more subscribers. Okay. I think since this live started, I think we've had about, what, 14 extra subscribers. So if you are in this live and you've never subscribed to the channel before, subscribe, like the video, share the video. Lots of people have jumped in, though. Based on the analytics, there's been loads of people who've jumped into the live. Obviously, the way it works with these live watch-alongs, a lot of people jump in and they're like, wait, where's the actual match? Wait, it's just this man talking. Let me jump straight out. But some people stay because they like the community, they like the conversations, they want to know that other people are watching the game. I guess that's why watch-alongs are popular. I still don't get it. Like, don't get me wrong, I get why people will watch when it's me and Santoki and we're talking on the topic, but in a match itself, I've never really got it. But I mean, though, whoever enjoys that back of the point there for 1, it's good over from Shamar Joseph. I think there's only 3 off it. Is it only 4 off it so far? What's he done? Is it 1-1-1-1 so far off the 4 overs, off the 4 balls? Sorry, in this 18th over. Let me just double check. Shamar Joseph, 3.4 overs, 1 for 20. He's been the pick of the bowlers so far. But I did call it as soon as he came in. A bit fuller, onto the pads. But again, sticks only to 1, and he may get out of this over. Let me just scoot over this from Shamar Joseph. Only 4 off it. Now, can he get out of the over with a single or dot? He's gone 1-1.11. Rovman begging for a dot or a 1, pulls out of the run-up. He'll do that again. Right. Rajapaksa's on strike. He is on 4 of 5. Lanka's 57 from 33. Sri Lanka 155 for 4. Final ball of the over. And that's 6. Onto it in a flash. Yep. In front of square 6. So unfortunately for Joseph, he couldn't get out of the over. That's how T20 cricket goes. 10 off the over. Still a good day's work for Shamar. 4 overs, 1 for 27. And as Tashan says, 14 dot balls by Shamar in his 24-ball spell. Yep, that's good from Shamar. 6 notwithstanding. So a good return. So the end of the 18th. End of the 18th over. And Sri Lanka are 161 for 4. And we have a Alzari Joseph over to go. And a probably Romario Shepherd over to go. Anything could happen from here. The question is, who is getting the final one? Anyways, let me just see. Maybe they're not going to give it to Romario. Maybe they're going to surprise me. So Alzari's bowling the 19th. So who is getting the 20th? They're surely not giving the final over to Romario. Anyways, Alzari in. Onto the pads. Shamar Springer is there. Back with a square. Keeps it to 2. Oh, okay. Good point from Jay. I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't thought that maybe they'll give Springer the death. Sorry, I hadn't even considered that they might give Springer the last over, you know. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Fair enough. I had just assumed, because of seniority, that they were going to just have to give it to Romario Shepherd. But let's see. Anyways, Alzari in again. Lanka's on strike, 59. He's gone for the big one. Has he got enough on this? He hasn't. It's a great take. It's an amazing take from Evan Lewis. Don't sleep on that take. That went super high. I thought it was toe end of the bat. And right on the boundary rope, I think deep mid wicket, Evan Lewis has taken a steepler. I want to see that one on the replay again, but I think that's a far better catch than people realise. It's a cutter into the pitch from yeah, it's a good catch. He's made it look easy. That's a good catch from Evan. So Lanka goes for 59. And if you wanted to get someone out now, it's Lanka you wanted to get out. Joseph strikes. Sri Lanka 163 for 5 with 10 balls to go. Who's the new batter? Which man has come out to join Rajapaksa? Who's this now? Is it Hasaranga? Must be Hasaranga, you know. Yeah. Right, so 10 balls left. Rajapaksa's on 10. Hasaranga's just come to the crease. Sri Lanka 163 for 5. First ball, ramped. There's a man down there, though, at third man. 1 run. Oh, Hasaranga's got a bit of a belly on him as well. I swear he used to be a skinny ute. Right, okay. So, Zari's got 3 more left. Zari looks better for the rest, you know. We forget that they've been resting Zari. Looked burnt out after that England tour. On the pads, though. But again, there should be a man out there in front of square. Yep. Looks like it's Evan coming around the boundary rope for 2. So 2 wicket, 1-2. Zari will take this. Can he get out of the over for 10 or less? Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that Tashan was telling me how to say it. It's Rajapaksa. Rajapaksa. Through the covers. Is there a fielder there? No, there isn't. 4 runs. Good 4 there from Rajapaksa. Is that how you say it, Tashan? So that's what, 9 off the over. Final ball then for Alzari. He's got 9 and a wicket. Wants a dot or 1 here, surely. Dot or 1 or a wicket, preferably. Slower ball. Yorker. 1 run. He'll take that. 10 runs off the over, 1 wicket. So Rajapaksa and Hasaranga will face the final over. Sri Lanka have passed the score that you lot said was par. Most people said 170 they thought was the par score. Well, Sri Lanka are 171 for 5 with 1 over to go. You all told me that Springer will bowl the final one. Let's see then who gets it. I told you lot. See, this is why I don't listen to you lot, you know. This is why I must only listen to myself. They've given it to Shepherd. I told you, man. Hopefully that's a misprint on the screen, but it looks like Romario's. You see what I mean? See what I mean? Because of his seniority, of course Springer was never going to get the death. They're going to give it to Shepherd. Anyways, let's see what Shepherd can do. I don't know. Anything could happen. First ball, slower ball, cutter, no run. So in fairness, maybe Shepherd will make me eat my words here. No run, dot. I feel like I've seen Romario Shepherd bowl a death over for West Indies. What? Like 1 million times? How many times what percentage amount of times would you say that Romario at the death has worked? What, 22% or something? Next ball. Rajapaksa's onto it. And, well, boy, Shepherd making us all eat our words. In front of square, Romario is hearing me through the mic and said, I'm going to make that stink Machel shut his mouth. 2 dots. Second dot's a wicket. Rajapaksa's out. I think it was another cutter into the ground, you know. Multi takes a good catch running in off deep square leg. Wait, is he checking to see if the catch was fine? I don't know what they're hanging around for here. Still waiting around to see if it's a fair catch. I don't think there's any issue with the catch from my perspective. They're checking the catch again. Yeah, what are they waiting for? Anyways, listen, wicket's gone. Yeah, I do agree with this from Joel. With Sheppy, it's definitely a confidence thing. It's definitely a confidence issue because, in fairness to Shepherd, he has the skill set. But I said 22%. At international level, I think him bowling at the death comes off 2 times out of every 10. Maybe that's harsh. At best, though, it's at the very best, it's a 50% conversion ratio with Romario at the death. Right now, though, he's gone dot, and he's gone dot, wicket. 4 more balls to go. Let's see what happens. Next one, into the ground, dot. Or is he going to say bowl that again? Is it a reload? No, he's got away with it. So Shepherd about to tell me to shut my ras mouth. He's gone dot, wicket, dot. So you lot said 170 was par. So far, due to Shepherd's last over of dot, wicket, dot, we may well keep them to 171. Shepherd about to confirm his power play, his death bowling slot. Slower ball, down the ground, one bounce, 4. Wickramasinghe gets a 4. So that's 175 for 6, 2 balls to go. Still a good over so far from Shepherd, though. 4 off it and a wicket. Sachin says, genuine question, is Powell a good captain? Yeah, I think he is. I think he is. Compared to other options in the region, yes. If you're talking about Powell as a good captain internationally, that's a different debate. But this one, slower, cutter, again, wicket, run out, gone. Gone. So now we've got four runs and 2 wickets. I think Hasaranga's been run out here. That was one of those ones where they've run off a run regardless of the ball going behind the wicket, and Hope's done one of them underarm throws and Hasaranga run out by a distance. So Ramara Shepherd, I will never cuss again. Yeah, Hasaranga not even in the frame. So it's 175 for 7. We've had 4 runs in the final over, 2 wickets. West Indies can chase this. Who's this now? So Seafroy Phillips says, Mash, nothing was wrong with your suggestion about who should bowl the final over. These players are asked to perform defined roles until that role is changed. That's why it takes us an eternity, I presume you're saying, to blood new players. It's a money thing. 1 ball left of the last over. Ramara Shepherd has made me eat my words. He's bowled a good last over. Cutters into the ground, slower balls. The variations have worked. Sri Lankan batters haven't known what to do with it. Shepherd could see himself out here with another dot single. He's gone for the wild heave hole. And it's 1 bounce 4 from Tikshana. So that is the end. West Indies will need 180 to win. So 8 runs off the death. I'll take that from Romario Shepherd. I'll take that. Sri Lanka end on 179.47 at the end of their 20 overs. West Indies will need 180 to win this first T20. I think that's fair. Wasn't a vintage performance by West Indies, but if you'd said to me at the start West Indies will need 180 to win, I'd say fair enough. How West Indies will go against the Sri Lankan spinners? Well, boy, we wait and see. But just to run down through where are we? The bowling. So just for those who maybe weren't here at the start, it's about 150 of you in the live at the moment. So the bowling figures are as follows. Alzari Joseph, 4 overs, 1 for 40. Shamar Joseph, 4 overs, 1 for 27, the pick of the bowlers. Romario Shepherd, 4 overs, 2 for 39. Roston Chase, 4 overs, none for 29. Don't sleep on that from Chase. Gudakesh Multi, 2 overs, 1 for 16. Questionable as to how Gudakesh Multi only bowled 2 overs, but it is what it is. And Shamar Springer, 2 overs, 1 for 25. So a wicket on international debut for Shamar Springer. And that wicket was actually important. He got Kamindu Mendis when it looked like Mendis and Sri Lanka were set to possibly help Sri Lanka get a score of 190. So we'll see how West Indies do. I'm going to take a bit of a break, a thankful break after, how long was that innings? 1 hour and 44 minutes. Kartikeya says that West Indies will lose this by around 40 runs. Rakesh says, where's the live stream? I have no idea. I'm watching on TNT Sports. Peter Demroy says, I think Sri Lanka has enough runs with their big spinners. It's like we have to get 180 from 12 overs. I hear that. I would say I would say that the only way West Indies win this is if King and Lewis get off to an absolute screamer in the power play. And then even then, irrespective of the Sri Lankan spinners, then you're putting the pressure on Sri Lanka to have to magic something up. But we shall see. Listen, people, I'll leave this on the screen for now. Sri Lanka, 179 for 7 from 20. West Indies will need 180 to win. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Let me go and find a libation, and I shall be back. 10 minutes time, people. See you soon. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I just want to make myself some lemsip. Listen, you lot don't know. See when the weather changes in this country, it's pure problems. Pure problems. Okay, one sec. They're just doing the countdown, so I'm setting up my visuals. They're just doing the countdown for the start. King and Lewis are out, and we are good to go. Okay, crossing in. Wrapped him on the pad, going down the leg side, leading edge. 1 run, and Brandon King is off the mark. Yeah. Got my lemon sip. We're good to go. Let me put a poll. Let me put a poll in this thing right here. Stop that poll now. Okay, cool. So, Coscare says, oh Jesus, one sec, people. One sec. Mike is moving. Okay. What's the mic saying now, people? Is it still moving over mad? Let me know before I continue talking. Someone let me know if this mic is moving mad. What's it saying now, people? What's the mic saying? Still cracking. What the one sec. Okay, one sec. Okay, what about now? What's the mic saying now, people? Let me know. Is it still bugging? And still not clear? Yeah, the mic is bugging. They're saying the mic is bugging. I don't know what to do. What about now? What about now, people? Let me know what it sounds like now. Stream latency. What the blood? One second. One second. Okay, what's the mic saying now, people? I'll just plug it in and out. See what people are saying. Working now? Yes, no? Meantime, Evan Lewis just whacked a 6, but I'm trying to fix this mic. Is the mic working now, people? Yes or no? Is it still shit? Still no? What the flip? Okay. Surely it's... I don't know what's going on, cuz. Take this hat off. Take this hat off. Put this mic on. Oh, bomber class. Don't know what is going on with this mic. Hey. Okay, is it working now? People, what about now? Have I got it working? Is this thing working now? Yes or no? This is mad. Okay, okay. Man, the thing is, if I take this, I need to see what I sound like to myself before you look. So meanwhile, Brandon Gig and Evan Lewis are doing stuff, and I can't get my own mic to work. This is brilliant. This happened last time. I'm trying to remember how I fixed it. Surely. The thing is, it's hard to tell when this is going to work, because it's only when you lot tell me that it works that. Let me do this. I'm just talking. What if I do this? One sec. What about this, people? Does that sound better? Tell me where. Does this sound better? People, I can hear myself off my own mic here. Are you not saying that it's not coming through on that? It's an email. It's bugged out. There's only one way for me to get this to work, but if I do, I'm basically ending the stream. Let's do this one last time. Check, 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 check. No, I see what's happened here now. Wait. Wait, hold on. Did you lot say it's working? Wait, is it working? Wait, what? Wait, what? How did that happen? See, I don't even know what I did, and you lot are saying it's working. What on earth? All I started doing was just punching up some random buttons on the... I just punching some random buttons on the screen, you know? This out, I'm a real uncle. I'm a real uncle up here, you know? I just smashing random buttons going, I wonder if it's this. Yeah, real uncle settings. Anyways, we're back, people. We are really back now. We're really back. This is why... Anyways, Brandon King just slaps that one. For one. Who was that? Was that you, Jason Holder? Was that you trying to mash up the whole CCP thing? I know a couple of you, man, don't want me to succeed in life. Which one of you players hacked into my cyber frame? Which one of you was Cybernet? Which player did a Cybernet attack on me? Allow me, innit? Allow me, let me just try my little ting. Why are you trying to mash up my ting? Real Cybernet attack, you know. Which player was that? Who? Some player tried to... Boy. Right, okay. We're back, people. We're back. Yeah, boy. Right, so... Big up anybody who stuck with that whilst a madness was going on. And I didn't know what was going on. Do you know what it is, though? Those of you who are tech people... Every time this happened the last time, so on StreamYard there is an option where you can play music in an interval whilst you'd like, and I do it like when it's the halfway stage, I play music, and every time I come back, oh, that boy was pelting. Tikshana is pelting. Every time I come back after I play like an option through StreamYard, for some reason the sound off this mic goes funny. And I don't know if it's because I actually have no idea what it's to do with. I have noticed that this has happened before. So, anyways, yeah, maybe I just can't do the interval thing, and I just need to just disappear off the screen and not play the music. But I'm back, anyways. I'm back, people. Anyways, King down the ground. Gets to the pitch of Tikshana's pelt, and that's straight back down the ground for 4. So this is exactly what I think I was saying just before the start of or at the back end of the Sri Lanka innings. West Indies' best bet is for Evan and Brandon to come out and just go mad, and then try and take as much of the stats out of the chase as possible, or the figures needed before spin comes on. Anyways, King taps that one into the leg side. They'll run 2. Well run as well. So Brandon King is 20 off 9. Evan Lewis is 10 off 5. Sorry, Brandon King is 22 actually off 10, and Evan Lewis is 10 off 5. Anyways, Tikshana into King, and he'll just tap that back to Tikshana. It's a dot ball there. So actually tell a story. Tikshana in again. Brandon King just pushes that down to a short long on for 2. For 1, sorry. I'm giving some serious thought. Welcome to story time. I'm giving some serious thought to put this thing on top of this mic. I'm giving some serious thought to, like, so my day job, for those who do or don't know, obviously I'm a vice principal in a school. Like, Cricket West Indies need to employ me on a serious one now. Down the leg side, wide, bowl that one again. I need to do more media stuff. Real talk now. Realist talk. Not necessarily with Cricket West Indies, just in general. This running up and down in schools thing. Do you not know I've been in education for 20 years. This is my 20th year in education. 20, you know. I'm a real uncle. A real uncle out here. Tikshana to Evan Lewis tucks it round the corner for 1. That's the end of the third over. West Indies 36 without loss. The day CCP gets a genuine sponsor, I'm not working full time anymore. On God, as God is my witness. If we ever get a sponsor which allows me to actually focus on this thing properly, then I'm not working full time. Sachin, does VP mean you don't teach? No, I still teach. I teach a year 12 politics class. So for those of you who aren't in the UK, that means kids who are 16 and 17. So I teach them politics, A-level politics. I teach GCSE history and GCSE citizenship. So that's like CXC, for those who don't know. And RE. So I teach GCSE citizenship, history, and RE. And I teach A-level politics. I'm multifaceted out here, you know. Bare subjects. But history and politics are my number one subjects. They're like the things that politics at like further education level and history at like GCSE. I could do history at A level as well, but history at GCSE level. I'm outside, you know. Really outside. This is why though. So you see, like when people get vexed with me about some of the stuff we do on CCP, this is why I'm never bothered. Because in my head, I'm just like, if I have to, I'll get intellectual if I really have to. So who's back? Asifa is in the attack. Brandon King tries to slap that one in front of point. Catches the toe end of the bat. Or not the toe end, but he doesn't get the full connection. There's no run there. Sachin, no, I've never thought of teaching at university. It's never really interested me, the notion of teaching at uni, you know. Never really thought about it. Right. Asitha back into Kings, 23 of 13. And again, King chases that way outside the off stump. Could have left that alone and it would have been a wide. Trying to manufacture things here. But again, I think that speaks to... yeah, it was a wide, but he chased it. That speaks to King really trying to maximize the power play here. I'm assuming that Sammy and the backroom staff have set a target for what they want in this power play. Who's our T20 openers again? Before King and Lewis, who is it? King and who? That one's gone fine. Very, very fine. And it's all runs, 4 runs for Brandon King. Yeah, so I thought it was Athenaeus. Who was the opener? Who's our last series? South Africa. Who opened against South Africa? Was it not King and Athenaeus? I don't remember Charles playing. Didn't Charles ride the bench? So who was opening? Was King in there? Who opened in the South Africa series? It weren't Charles. Charles was riding bench. see if they're in again. Again, Brandon King. This time he tries to back away, doesn't get anything on it. It's been a scratchy over this from Brandon King. He's somehow got 4 off it, but he's barely connecting with the ball. Yeah, so Jav says it was Hope and Athanase who opened against South Africa. This is why I asked the question, who's our actual openers? Who would you say is our legitimate first choice openers right now? 18 months out from the World Cup. Who are our first choice openers? For me, it's Brandon King plus someone. If Evan Lewis has a good tour of Sri Lanka, that may well push him straight into the first choice role. Brandon King this time catches the top end of the bat. Has he got enough on it? He has 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 4. Catches the top edge, goes over a shortish fine leg. And the scratchy over. But he's got 8 runs off it, and West Indies are 45 without loss. Brandon King moves to 31 from 17. And Evan Lewis is on 12 from 7. Big up the 100 and currently 35 of you in this live. If you're new to CCP, like, share, subscribe. In fact, let me just see. Since this live stream started, which was over 2 hours ago, we've had an extra 22 subscribers, I think. So big up any of you who are the 22. So big up any of the 22 that are the subscribers. And we've had over 10,000 people jump in at some point in time for this live stream. I'm sure most of that 10,000 were heavily disappointed. Anyways, Tikshana back into the attack. Tap back down the wicket by Evan Lewis. No run. Tashan says, if you want to prepare for 2026 T20 World Cup in Sri Lanka and want 3 pacers, who are you putting your money on? Well, both Josephs, Alzari and Shamar. Through the covers there from Evan Lewis. Back foot slap, 4 runs. Both Josephs. It depends where they see Obed McCoy in that pecking order, if they're happy with his progress. Obviously, Romario will be in there. Andre Russell will be. Remember, West Indies like the 2 pacers in Russell and Shepherd. Jason Holder will probably get in there somewhere. That's already 3 pace all-rounders. And then you've got both Josephs. So it's who your backup is to both Josephs after that. I would assume it's Obed McCoy. Matthew Ford isn't in this T20 squad. So Jav, I don't know if you can say Matthew Ford is in the ODI squad, not in T20. Didn't have a standout CPL, surprisingly, Matthew Ford. Jerry B says 10,000 CCP didn't. Yeah, see, this is the thing, Jerry. Santoki and I have often discussed this. We know that if we did live streamed watch-alongs of West Indies games, we've always known King down, well, just through a vacant extra cover, 4 runs. That's regal from Brandon King. We've always known, Jerry, that if as CCP we had the time to do watch-alongs, we've always assumed we'd get loads of people watching. We just don't have the time. Like, in an ideal world, okay, let me give an example. In an ideal world, so West Indies women play England on Tuesday, 3 o'clock, right? Is when it starts. I'm at work. Santoki's at work. We just don't have the time. But if we took this thing seriously, we know we could probably do watch-alongs. And again, down the ground, just short of, or just wide rather, of mid-off, 4 runs, Brandon King. That brings an end to the 5th over. West Indies rampaging along here. 58 for none. of 5 and taking a lot of the drama out of the situation there. Sri Lanka are really going to need the spinners to come into the equation after the power play when the field is spread, because right now West Indies well on top and doing bits. Brandon King is 39 from 19. Evan Lewis is 16 from 11. So yeah, just to finish that point with Jerry, yes, we could do far more watch-alongs. I think we'd get loads of numbers. I think that would obviously have a financial effect in terms of just, I guess, YouTube revenue. Not much, but bits and pieces to help keep us on the road and all of that. Just don't have the time. Don't have the time. This is why we've always said, until the day we get a sponsor, we can't do a lot of the things that we probably could do, because we just can't afford to. Got to work that day job. Work that day job. 9 to 5 all my motherfucking life. Yeah. OTC, talking about the World Cup. If John Campbell does good for Super 50, will he get into the ODI squad? 100%. 100% he will. Anyways, Evan Lewis rocks on that one. Just plugs over the head. Look at that dunce fielding. Plugs over the head of mid-on. And then whoever that dunce fielder is trying to chase after it tries to haul it in and just pats it into the boundary rope. 4 runs. We ain't going to complain, though. 4 runs is 4 runs. Jav says, why don't you get sponsored by Manscaped? Do you know what? Do you want to know a funny story, Jav? Manscaped reached out to us. Listen to this one story. This story shows you, this story will tell you how Santoki and I are the uncles of all uncles. So Evan Lewis clears the front foot, smashed, back down the ground, high, handsome. My sister's ringing me. I don't even know where the ball's gone. What's going on, right? Anyways, it was a 6. My sister was ringing me. I don't even know what was going on there. Fam, she ringing me whilst I'm on the live stream, cuz. What's going? Let me see what's going on. Why's this girl ringing me right now? One second, people. Let me. What's she doing, man? Hold on, people. I'm coming back to you. Okay. Let me deal with that. Let me deal with this call, or let me send a message and find out what's going on, and then I'll come back to you, people. Sorry, people. I will be with you. That was a 4, by the way. I'm kind of doing 2 things at the same time at the moment. Evan Lewis, was that Evan Lewis a 4? That one smashed through the covers again. There's 3 balls left of the 6th over. Evan Lewis going berserk at the moment. Not smashed through the covers. That's lofted. Lofted over. Well, there's just no one there. There's no one in the extra cover region. It's a 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 4. So Evan Lewis has taken some time to get going. But he has got going. I'm going to come back and tell that Manscaped story in a minute once I've I'm waiting to hear what my sister's saying, then I'll come back to you lot. So just waiting on her to reply to me, and then I will kind of come back to you lot properly. So I'm leaving that that Manscaped question from Jav, so I remember to come back to it. This one just punched back down the ground to the bowler, no run. 2 balls left before the end of the power play. Let's go, man. Quick run one. Is that the end of the over yet? Right, one ball left before the end of the power play. West Indies 74 without loss, and that is a dot. So that's the end of the power play. Suffice to say, West Indies are well on top at this point in time. Brandon King is 39 from 20. Evan Lewis is 31 from 16. And there's a game here for West Indies to win. There's a game here for West Indies to win. K Singh says it's an easy win. No. It's a very good power play. It's a very good power play. I wouldn't call it an easy win from here because anything could happen. Listen, people, I'm just going to disappear for a second. I just need to speak to my sister and see what's going on. So bear with me. I bet the mic goes mad. Watch what happens now. I'm going to come off the screen and then watch the mic go crazy when I come back on. Let's see if aliens take over in about the next 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes, people. I'll be... Yeah. Do I sound proper or is it aliens? Let me know, people. Is it? Am I sounding like an alien? Oh, What's the sound saying, people? I'm back. Okay, right. You see, but you see the message. My sister sent me a message like it was life or death. She was like, "Ring me now." You see, when I rang her, fam, that was something she could have just sent me in a text message and said, "Oh, I'll get back to you when I'm ready." Mash up my whole live stream for nothing, you know. Anyways, right, okay. We're back though. We're back. What's the score? Are we still 74 without loss? Let me just remind people that Evan Lewis has been getting a fight down. Well, Desmond Haynes needs to answer questions around Evan Lewis. We've been giving Evan Lewis a fight down in West Indies cricket for what feels like 3 years. West Indies cricket are specialists in making sure we don't have a player in their prime. You know, we're real specialists at that. We let Evan build a house, and just we let Evan just build a house and forgot all about him for about 2.5 years. See how crazy that is. Anyways, we're back. The game is back. Brandon King's on 40. Evan Lewis is sorry, hold on. Evan has just hit a 4 there. My stream is lagging out here, cuz moving slow on me. See what happens, because I went away. There was about flipping hell. What's going on with this thing? When I went away, Bear Man was in the stream, and now we've lost. Oh, the numbers are going back up though. Big up everyone in the stream. Big up anybody who has subscribed. I think in the course of this live watch along, we've gained nearly 30 subscribers. My analytics tell me that 11,500 people have tuned in at some point in time on this live watch along. So big up all you, man. Those who have stayed, those who have been disappointed, big up all of you. Watch along is a watch along. Ah, the Manscaped story. Yeah. I'm coming back for the Manscaped story, the Uncle Manscaped story. Let me just update the score first. Big up Uncle Sammy on screen. So, West Indies. Let me just update the score. So, Brandon King is on 41. Evan Lewis is on 37. King's on 41 off 22. Evan Lewis 37 off 20. So happy to see Evan Lewis back in West Indies colours. So happy for the man. That one's down the ground from King. Loses his shape, but gets 1 off it. Don't know if anybody else's thing is lagging a bit. Mine's just not my screen here. What I'm actually watching is just lagging a bit. I can't tell if it's TNT or if it's my internet. What's going on, cuzzy? West Indies in 97 from 77. Right, let's get to the Manscaped story. So, check this out for an uncle story of the highest regard. Patarana is in, by the way, and that's tucked fine for 1. So, Manscaped, I think this was 2023. At some point in 2023, let's say it was like February 2023, Manscaped sent me an email, right? And big up Jared Kimber, because it was actually Jared. It was actually Jared who told Manscaped to reach out to CCP. So big up Kimber. Obviously, Jared's a friend of mine. And Manscaped said, Jared Kimber suggested your podcast. He said, oh, that's a big 6. It's absolutely regal from Brandon King over deep mid-wicket for 6. Sri Lanka getting treated... anyways, let me just be quiet. Sri Lanka getting treated badly here. Brandon King moves to 48 of 24. So they sent me an email and they were like, Jared Kimber said we should reach out to you. He said that you would be a really good podcast to partner with. We've listened to your content. We really think that Caribbean Cricket Podcast would be someone good for Manscaped to team with. So we went back and forth over about 2 emails going, oh, yeah. And that's smashed through extra cover for 4. Brandon King reaches his 50. We have to clap the man. We clap that one. We have to clap that 50. Yeah, big 50 for the Regal Brandon King. Hold on. Brandon King 50, one sec. Jamaica cricket don't have much to celebrate. So I must wave up my flag, yes? I must wave up my Jamaica flag. Reggae boys doing things. Brandon King doing things. We have to big up the Jamaica flag in these times. Reggae boys dealt with Nicaragua. We're gonna go to the Nations League's quarterfinal. Brandon King dealing with Sri Lanka. You have to big up Jamaica, yes? Let me put my ting round my shoulders. Hold on 1 second. We have to put the ting round the shoulders, you know, for the rest of this stream. Right. So anyways, yeah, so Manscaped was like Jarry Kimber said we should reach out. So I sent them an email going, "Oh, that's really cool. Tell me more about what you do. Like, what would you have to do? Da 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 da." And then they were like, "We just need you to record a jingle, and then we're good to go." And I think the offer they said was, "We'll send you some Manscaped stuff for free, so you can shave your balls and trim your pubic hair, all of them things." That's what they were saying. I was like, "Right, this is wild still." And they were like, beard trimmer, all of that. And all I had to do was record some kind of jingle with them where I was like, you know, shave up your willy and this, that. So so they're sending me that information. And the last communication I had from them was them saying something like, "Oh, yeah, so just do XYZ and we should be good to go in a couple of weeks." Check this out. I forgot about the email, you know. So let's say that was like February 2023. In February 2024, I was scrolling. You know how like on emails you can star an email and be like, "Oh yeah, I'll come back to that." Lewis clears the front foot, slapped down the ground. He moves to 49. And so I was looking through my starred emails. I was like, "Oh, I'll get back to that." And right at the bottom of the list, there was a starred email by Manscaped. And I was like, "Oh, I forgot to reply to Manscaped, you know. Let me reply to them." And when I looked in the email, I saw February. And in my uncle brain, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot to reply to them. Come, let me reply to them." I replied to them as if they'd sent me the email 2 weeks ago. They'd sent me that email 1 year ago. I replied to them going, "Oh, yeah, so further to what you said, like, oh, yeah, cool, let's get going then. Da, 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 da." The man goes to me, "Bro, we sent you that 1 year ago. How are you only replying now?" I said, "Rah." I said, "Rah, what? You sent me that a year ago?" I'd absolutely forgotten. So in essence, Manscaped were like, "You lot aren't serious. You're actually not serious." And we weren't serious. I don't blame them for thinking that we weren't serious. So that just fell by the wayside. And I had the jingle ready, you know. I had a real jingle about shaving your pubes and looking after your willy. I'd done a real good jingle, you know. But true say, I lost the opportunity. So no one ever saw the CCP jingle about looking after your buddy and ting. So oh well. So West Indies are 106. 106 without loss. That one just got smoked. Carter K is right. That who just smoked that? Was that Lewis? Yeah, Evan Lewis smoked it. I thought that was already his 50. Right. So West Indies 106 without loss. This is a real impressive performance. Single pushed to mid off. We have to clap the 50. We have to clap the 50. Hold on. We have to clap it. 1 second. How you mean? What? We can't celebrate Evan as well. Let me put on my Trini hat. Yes, big up Evan Lewis. Big up the Evan Lewis 50. What? Well, I can wear my Trini hat and wear my Jamaican flag. Child, King and Lewis. King and Lewis. We're doing a Trini Jamaican thing right now. Big up the Trinis and big up Jamaica. We're really moving right now. We're moving. We're moving on a Trini Jamaican thing right now. West Indies 107 without loss. 107 without loss. Trini man up. Jamaican man up. Let me update this score. So West Indies 107. 107 without loss. I don't even know how many overs have gone. Let me look at this scorecard. 9 overs. Oh, boy, wicket. Fam. Just as I'm updating the score, someone's gone. Who is it? Evan Lewis gone for 50. But you know what? Trini man down. Trini man down. We have to dash that hat. Trini man is down. Trini hat has to come off. The Trini hat has to come off. We still keep the Jamaican flag, but the Trini hat saw its day in. Anyways, well done, Evan. Well done. 50 runs for Evan Lewis back in West Indies colours for the longest while. We applaud the 50 though, Evan. I'm happy for the Ute, man. So West Indies 107 for 1 after, what's that? After 9.1. Evan Lewis goes for 50. That really puts the cat amongst the pigeons now, you know. Brandon King is on 52 off 27. Who comes in next? Given where we are in the game, so who was scheduled to come free? Shai Hope was scheduled to come free. It should still be Shai Hope who comes free. There shouldn't be any kind of changing of the order. This is almost the perfect situation for Shai Hope to come in. So I am assuming that Shai Hope will come in next. Let me just shut this one sec, people. Yeah, so West Indies 107 for 1. They should win the game from here. Shai Hope is in at 3. Shai doesn't even have to play an expansive game here. He could just play a normal game going at like 110 and we should see the game out from here, but you never know. Frank Lucas says, big up Frank. Obviously, Frank's real name is Simon, but big up Simon. Simon, I see you. I see you. You're doing so well for yourself, bro, in the cricketing sphere. Happy for you, bro. So that first one is tucked fine from Shai Hope. Did he get 4 for that? I think he's gone through the fielder. Let me make this screen bigger because I'm not even seeing this stuff properly. I think that one went straight. Yeah, it went straight through the fielder. In fact, it wasn't even Hope. It looks like it was King. It was on the pads. Yeah, it's just ordinary fielding. That's so ordinary. Anyway, who cares? We got 4. Was it that the same guy who had the fielding earlier on who patted Lewis's shot for 4? But anyways, Frank says, I think we win the game, but I expect us to make it difficult when it should be easy from here. It should be easy from here. Again, on the pads from Patharana. And King will come back for 2. Or Hope, sorry, will come back for 2, moves to 6. Frank says, check your Discord DMs. Is that to me, Frank? Do you know what? I can't check Discord at the moment. I'll come back into the Discord group at the end of the match just because my phone is so crap. I need to upgrade it. I can barely do anything on this phone. When I'm doing one thing, I can't do anything else without the phone packing it in. So yeah, I'll come back to the Discord soon enough. Hope tries to lean into that one, gets nothing on it, pats it back down the ground to the bowler. No run. 181 of you in the live stream at the moment. Big up everyone in the live stream, wherever you're streaming from. And we've just gone over the 10,200 mark in terms of subscribers. So I think we've had about 35 maybe subscribers since this stream started. So big up anybody who's liked the content and has decided to subscribe as a result. YouTube tells me that 13,000 people have clicked on this video at some point in time during the course of the match. So big up anyone who did that as well. Like, share, subscribe, all of that, all of that, all of that. So yeah, big up, big up, big up, big up. The next live stream, will I do another live? If I do one, oh shit. If I do one, it wouldn't be. Don't see how any of the others could happen. The next chance of me doing a live stream would be the ODI on Sunday, the first ODI. But remember, ODIs go for 8 hours. It's big up anybody who does an ODI live stream, because that takes real dedication. I did it once, I think, for maybe I think you can do an ODI live stream if you're doing a chase, like the second innings or the second innings in general of an ODI. But to do the whole thing, I have to respect anybody who can do the whole thing, because that's long. It's long and it's boring. T20s are long enough. Thursday, I might. Thursday, no, it just starts too early, so no chance. Right, so I need to update the score. Sorry, people. I keep forgetting that. Anybody who's actually watching these streams, I forget that they actually need to know what's going on. And gone. Is he gone? Yeah, that's gone. Yep. Leading edge from Hope. Hasaranga gets it. Hasaranga was always going to get a wicket. And Hope goes for 7. So at the halfway stage, in a situation which West Indies should see home, well, Hope has gone. He only faced 6 balls and he's just popped one straight back up to Hasaranga to take. I think it felt like Hope was trying to play that I think he was trying to turn it into the leg side. Just catches a leading edge and pops it straight back up to Hasaranga. And he goes for 7. So, yeah, Hope's stay at the wicket doesn't last long. Brandon King is still there on 52 from 27. West Indies are still supposed to see this home comfortably, but you never know. You never know. Sorry, people. Give me a second. I'm just filling something in. Yep. Okay, let me just do that. Okay, back to you lot. Sorry, I had to quickly deal with something. Right, so replacing Hope is Thanos, which is the right move again, given the match situation. You don't need to bring in Rutherford or anyone like that. King tucks that round the corner for 1, and that will bring Thanos onto strike. West Indies 116 for 2. Peter Demroy says, surely we can't mess this up, right? No, we can't. We're going to win this game. Even if we lose another flurry of wickets, we still win this game. But this is West Indies, so how we win it, anything could happen. But we're still going to win this game. Oh, Hasaranga nearly traps chase there, but he plays it late, tucks it leg side, and will come through for 1. That's all you need to do, Hasaranga. Remember, this is his 3rd over. There is nothing wrong with just playing Hasaranga out. You don't have to, at this stage of the innings, there's no need to invent shots against Hasaranga or be overly aggressive. He's only got 8 balls left. See him off. And again, sensible batting there from Brandon King. Pushes that down. In fact, it's excellent timing. He'll get 2 for it. Pushes it down to like a deep mid-wicket region. And we'll get 2 for that. Well played, well timed, well played shot by Brandon King. Moves to 55 from 29. Last ball of Hasaranga's over. King goes down on one knee, slaps it through mid-wicket, and that's an even better shot. Brilliantly timed, 4 runs. That's just a great cricket shot from Brandon King. Gives Hasaranga the treatment. Hasaranga's gone 1 for 30 from 3. West Indies are 1, 2, 3 for 2. Brandon King is on 60. And we're doing quite... Oh, no, he's on 59. He's not on 60. Tell a lie. So King is on 59. Chase is on 2 from 2. West Indies looking comfy. They're looking nice and comfy out there. So West Indies need 57 from 54 with 8 wickets in hand. They're supposed to see this home comfy. PJ's setting. Okay. Where are we now in the context of things? So, who do Sri Lanka turn to? It doesn't really feel like their bowlers have come. So they've gone to Mendes, actually. So Kamindu Mendes will bowl. They've got him down as an ambidextrous bowler. Okay, here we go. First one's on the pads. Chase turns that round the corner, and they'll go through for 1. If they're turning to Kamindu at this point in time, then that says to me that they're running out of ideas a bit here. Let me just clarify. Straight down the ground, pumped. King gives that the treatment. That was there lofted to be slapped down the ground. I just want to clarify for people, I'm not trying to say that Mendes isn't a good bowler. Mendes obviously can bowl, but if they're looking for Mendes to be the one to do something here, Sri Lanka are down bad. Anyways, King slaps that down the ground and moves into the 60s. This is why, not that it should ever have been in doubt, but this is why Brandon King got a 2-year or a multi-year contract. This time Mendes tries to bowl wide down the leg side. King actually follows the ball, or maybe Mendes followed King. Either way, he gets away with it. There's a man stationed on the 45. He gets away with it. This is why King got the 2-year deal with West Indies, because Brandon King's ceiling is better than the majority in the region. Down the ground, this time Mendes is going to get him, you know. He's not got to the loft of the pitch of the ball. And King was looking to go leg side. Maybe he got too aggressive. He got too funky with it. I think he wanted to go deep mid-wicket for a 6. Catches the leading edge and is caught at in a short kind of cover region / point. And King goes. I think he's looked at Mendes there and thought, you're bowling trash. I'm going after you. And he's paid the price. He's paid the price. Catches the toe end of the bat / leading edge. And yeah, remember I said that West Indies can make this more difficult than they need to? Well, this might be the more difficult than we need to. King goes. Rodman Powell comes in, who's in no kind of form whatsoever. King goes, though, for a brilliantly made 63 from 33. And it's Captain Rodman Powell who comes in. There was me saying Mendes is not the answer. But ultimately, King didn't respect him and paid the price. Sometimes, this is why, bowlers who aren't frontline bowlers sometimes get wickets, because they're not respected by the batter, and then they sometimes get fortunate wickets as a result. It's like when Craig Brathwaite gets wickets in Test cricket. It's like nobody looks at Craig Brathwaite bowling and thinks, yeah, he's the guy. They're like, this guy is bowling like dibbly dobbly nonsense. Let's just go after him. And then he sometimes gets bonus wickets as a result. Anyways, new batter is Rovman Powell, and Powell is straight off the mark with, does he run 2 there? I think he ran 2. Oh, we nearly done him. Straight through chase there, pitches and turns away from him, stayed in his crease, so the stumping won't count for anything. And after me saying that Mendes is not the answer, have they gone for a review? What's going on here? Was that the end of the over? Oh, it's the end of the over. So, it's the end of the over. 12 overs gone. West Indies 129 for 3. Every West Indian fan saying at this moment in time, surely we don't lose from here. Yes, a good team does not lose from here. We are a good T20 side, so we shouldn't be losing from here. Mohammed Abid says, Caribbean bastard. I know he could never be talking to me, you know. You could never be talking to me. So how about this, Mohammed? Post your location right now. Right now on YouTube, post your location. Put the location up. Come on. Put the location up. Don't worry, I'll wait. Someone tell me where Mohammed puts his location up. I'll lock off this live stream right now. Asitha back into the attack. And he is bowling to Rovman Powell. Powell can't do anything with that. No run. That's a really good delivery, that last one from Mendes. Grip, turn, bounce. So Asitha. 8 overs left, as Mario has said. West Indies supposed to win from here. Asitha bowling to Rovman Powell. Powell dabs that. Wants one. Won't get one because there's a man at gully. No run. Let's see what's going on. "51 runs needed from 46 balls. This match has now been going on for 3 hours. Hopefully this game ends around the 3 hour and 35-minute mark, which by modern T20 standards, I'll accept as a short game. Asitha in again to Rovman Powell. Powell does successfully dab it down to third man this time. Runs through for 1. 50 needed from 45. TC says, I don't understand why Willow is not showing the match for us in the US. So who is showing it in the US? Is there no one showing the game in America? That's surprising if there isn't. Surprised no one in the USA is showing it. I always thought that Willow showed every West Indies game. Anyways, Asitha, leg side, bowl that again. Does that mean Willow? Does that mean Willow didn't bid for the game, which is surprising? So what? None of the Sri Lanka West Indies game is being streamed anywhere. Like, does that mean the whole series isn't being streamed anywhere? Oh, they've reviewed this one. Sorry. So the previous ball, I just said, oh, down the leg side, wide, but they're actually reviewing it. They reckon that, I don't even know who was on strike for it now, but whoever was on strike, they reckon has nicked it. So they're reviewing it. So Rudy says Rush Sports is showing it in America. Is that a pay? What is that? Never heard of Rush Sports. Is that a pay-per-view channel or something? Haven't you lot got VPN? Oh, Rush Sports is for Trinidad. Sorry. Sorry. So I'm waiting for them to just show. I'm waiting for them to just show this right. So here we go again. It's Chase on strike. It's definitely a wide. Wait, hold on. What? If anything, if they've heard a sound, it's got to be Chase's bat on the pad. It's certainly not. Certainly doesn't look like bat touching ball. The ball's gone through before it's even hit the bat. So what on earth? Oh, has the ball touched? Has the ball nicked off like a thigh pad? Either way, it's not out, so it's wasting our time here. It's a waste of time review. That shows that Sri Lanka are desperate, because I don't know what. You know them ones where it's like you're not even paying attention to the idea. You know when like you're just waiting for the next ball because you wouldn't even consider it to be an opportunity. Anyways, next ball, Chase plays that through the point region for 1. West Indies moved to 132 for 3. Did they say no ball? Was that a free hit? Nah, it couldn't have been a free hit because Chase played that as if it weren't a free hit. Is that a free hit? Wait, what? Anyways, it's a bit of an, like when the game's so obvious in terms of that who's going to win. We're in that lull stage where Sri Lanka needs something desperate to happen, and West Indies there's no urgency from West Indies to win it because they should just win it from here. 47 needed from 43. 4 off this over. 1 more ball to go. Asitha will bowl it to Roston Chase. And again, Chase just drives that down to mid-off, will run a quick one, gets it. 5 off the over. That brings an end to the 13th over, and West Indies are 134 for 3. Roston Chase is on 5. Rovman Powell is on 3. I've had to just remove that Mohammed Abid guy. Man wanted to come in and do you know one thing that I've realized about I'm gonna really upset some people here now, but it is what it is. The one thing that I've realized about cricket is bare racism in cricket, Obviously that's nothing new. I'm not saying anything major, but a lot of these men, when it comes to West Indies cricket, there only ever seems to be not so that's harsh, but a lot of these men in cricket have only 2 approaches when it comes to West Indies. Either there's a fetishism around West Indies cricket where I think a lot of these cricket men secretly want to sleep with West Indies cricketers. Like they exoticize and fetishize the black skin or the Indo-Caribbean skin and see them as sexual objects. I'm like, I've written something about this. One day I'll publish it, where look at the language that is often used in describing West Indies cricketers, and it's always kind of sexual and exotic in tone. I think a lot of these men have latent sexual feelings about West Indies cricketers, you know. And if they don't have sexual feelings about them, then the racism comes through instead. And it's like, oh, these black bastards, like, look at their brutish, this, that. And they use like racialized language around West Indies cricketers. Like, if we don't play like the kind of minstrel game and, you know, like tap dance and do all of that, the jiving thing, people either sexualize us or turn to the racism. That's just, I've written, like I said, I've written something about it, but I've not published it yet. But I always notice it, that there seems to be this weird, like, swing in how people look at West Indian bodies. Anyway, so I don't know if anyone's ever thought about that, but I've got a theory and thesis on it. Like, if you love them, just admit it, innit? Like, if you wanna sleep with them, just say that, innit? All of this like craziness, like, just say that I love man and that. I'm serious. I'm actually being serious. It's easier to just say that than do all the madness that you see from these people online. Anyways, in the meantime, Rodman Powell nearly got bowled round his legs by Kamindu. Powell not looking wholly comfortable out there, but he is on 5, Chase is on 6. That one's wide, gives Powell some width, and is able to slap that through the covers for 1. Sorry, my screen's playing havoc with me right now. Can't even see what I'm doing. Here we go. I'm back. Yeah. You mean how they refer to our players with certain words? Yeah. There's always just if it's never occurred to people before, the next time you read an article on West Indies players, look at the kind of adjectives that are used to talk about West Indian players. That's the next task I set some of you, and just start questioning certain things. It's no different to, like, you know how in football black players are never described as being anything other than having pace and power as their attributes. It's never you never talk about the artistry that those players have. It's always like, oh, look at their pace, look at their power. They're so powerful. And there's a cricketing equivalent of that. Look at that. Look at their calypso flavor. They play with so much freedom. Like, anyways, we can talk about the use of language and its connotations for days. I just think that a lot of these cricket men fancy West Indies players. That's always us, like, sexually, like there's an attraction thing there. Anyways, West Indies are 142 for free. A couple people must be on this live stream saying, what on earth is this guy talking about? Welcome to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. We're not your traditional cricket channel. We'll talk about the things that people think but do not want to say. Rodman Powell is on 7. Roston Chase is on 7. West Indies are 142 for free. This is, like I say, it's very, very slow going right now because the game seems like a bit of a formality. West Indies need 38 from 35. Gawain says that Powell's batting has fallen off. He's inconsistent and he doesn't bowl. Yeah, I wouldn't even talk about bowling. Yeah, he's too inconsistent. Powell's in a down bad stretch of form, but he is a good captain. And you know what else is important? Sammy trusts him. And all the while Sammy trusts him, Powell's spot is safe. That one is, they'll run through for one. It was partly fielded by Tikshana, but his deflection allows Powell to run through for one. TC says, as a result of the US not streaming games, will I be doing a stream for every game? Tuesday I definitely won't be, because I probably switch hit from Ruston Chase down on one knee, and that's a good shot. There's no one down there at third, backward point, and he gets four for it. Yeah, Bromley are playing on Tuesday, and I suspect that I'll be going to the Bromley game, so you definitely won't get a stream from me on Tuesday. Thursday, there is a chance that you'll see me stream the second half of the innings, but my diary says that I'm going to the gym, so I don't know about that either. So, but the ODIs, you'll definitely see me doing something. Next one, Chase uses his arm. Remember, Chase is a good player of spin. Uses his leg, moves well. Dabs that down to mid-on for one. West Indies 148 for 3. When is Joel? When is the Champions Trophy? Because we never play in it anymore. I don't even know when it is. What month is it in? Can anyone tell me the month the Champions Trophy is in? And then I can tell you what West Indies may or may not be doing. February, right. So if Champions Trophy is Feb, West Indies are in Pakistan in January. Champions Trophy in Feb. Usually the 4-day championship starts late Feb, early March. I would love to believe that West Indies are planning an A-team tour in that time. I'm going to reach out to Miles Bascombe, see if West Indies have planned for anything to happen in that time. You would hope that there's some kind of A-team tour, maybe an academy tour. Maybe someone's coming to the Caribbean. Like, if it's me, that would be a perfect time to... I mean, we're going to Ireland next year already. So can't do anything with Ireland. I don't know if Scotland can afford to do anything. Who else isn't in Champions Trophy? Who's not going to be there? Is Sri Lanka there? Sri Lanka aren't there, are they? Which teams aren't in Champions Trophy? It's us and who? Sri Lanka. Are Bangladesh in Champions Trophy? I don't even know who's not in Champions Trophy. So if West Indies had sense, they'd try and either sort out an A-team tour with someone who's not in Champions Trophy. They could maybe encourage Sri Lanka to come to the Caribbean for... In fact, is that what I've heard? Someone told me they may be talking to Sri Lanka about having a series which isn't part of the... it's not part of the Future Tours program. Did Santoki tell me that there's some kind of discussions about maybe playing Sri Lanka outside of the Future Tours program because both of them are down bad and have no cricket to play? That one's a fine cut there from Rovman Powell down inside where fine of third man. Oh no, was it Chase? It's actually Chase who did that 4 runs. So I'll go and reach out because I wonder if they're speaking to Sri Lanka about some kind of 2 test match series or something. I swear Santoki told me something about that. I'll go do some investigation and see if that's true. I'd rather, if I'm honest with you lot though, I'd rather see us play Netherlands or Scotland. That one goes down the leg side from Hasaranga and it's going to beats the keeper, beats Powell, beats everyone 4 runs. This game's going to be over soon. I'd rather play Netherlands or Scotland, if I'm honest. I'd rather us go to the Netherlands. I know it costs a lot of money. I'd rather play Netherlands in... Like, Osprey's in the chat right now. Have Scotland ever played a test match? I'd rather us reach out to Scotland and say, hey, Scotland, Can you afford to come to the Caribbean? Do you want to play a couple of 4-day games? It doesn't even have to be against our test team. It could be West Indies A or Netherlands. I'd rather us play Netherlands, Scotland, because Netherlands and Scotland would take it super serious. I don't know if them man can afford to play the games, but I'd reach out to them man and say, do you want to play some 4-day games in this period of time? That's what I would do, is all I'm saying. It could be West Indies A versus Scotland, West Indies A versus Netherlands in a couple of 4-day matches. I'm not trying to suggest that West Indies A are significantly better than Scotland, or that the West Indies first team couldn't play Scotland or Netherlands. But if you call it West Indies A, you just sprinkle it with a couple of test men and some of the people who are on the fringes of the test side. Anyways, I need to update the score because West Indies need 20 from 24. This game's over, innit? But let me just update it. So West Indies are 160 for 3. There are 4 overs remaining. Chase is on... I don't even know what Chase is on. Let me just get the thing. Chase is on 15 and Powell is on 13. This is a good first win for West Indies. Really setting. So all of those people that have always said Mash were a good T20 side. I've not discounted the idea that we're a good T20 side, but I wanted us to play some bilaterals where we could literally say, now it's incontrovertible that Powell rocks on the back foot. Has he got enough on that? No, he hasn't. He's just found the man at long on. I think it's Hasaranga at long on. Tried to take on Tikshana. Just as I was saying, this match is sorted. Sri Lanka get a wicket. Powell goes for 13. Josh says, are Afghanistan available? Surely Afghanistan are in the Champions Trophy. I would be shocked if they're not. So Powell goes. His down bad run with the bat continues. West Indies 160 for 4. Who's that? Rutherford must be in next, I would assume. Jerry says, do you think John Campbell will return to West Indies test team? Well, in short, yes. Because 2 reasons, Jerry. 1, Craig Brathwaite likes him. Craig Brathwaite and John Campbell used to open together in age group cricket, under 19s, under 20s, whatever it might be. So that's the first thing in John Campbell's favour. 2, when John Campbell caught his ban, he was just starting to properly show that he might belong at the test level. 3, SLvWI, yes, he's had to tour England, then play South Africa. If SLvWI doesn't convert versus Bangladesh, and then let's just assume they give Louis another go in Pakistan, that will be 4 series in a row they'll give Louis. If Louis cannot convert and show that he's ready for international level, by the time we next play test cricket, which would probably be, well, unless we play Sri Lanka or whoever in that February period, it would probably be Australia, right, in the Caribbean. At that point, I would expect West Indies to be looking at another opener. By then, John Campbell would have had a Super 50 and a full first-class season with the Scorpions. If Campbell scores runs, he comes straight back into the team, because what he's got over all of the other people like Solazano, not so much Tage, but Tage is he has international experience. So that's Campbell's way back in. Anyways, back to the cricket. I'm just waiting for this game to be done, to be honest. Rutherford just gets to that, Noram. Let's see what YouTube is telling me. YouTube is saying that that 16,000 people have clicked on. Oh shit! YouTube. Do you know what? I forgot the poll. So I just realised I'd done a poll earlier on. 319 votes. 82% said yes, West Indies will win. But loads of viewers said that whilst West Indies were obviously going to win. So I'm ending that poll now. Completely forgot I'd even done that poll. Anyways, let me put a poll. I'm going to put a poll in the chat because this match is going to end soon. So let me just put a poll for you lot. I'm not going to tell you what the question is. Let's just see what you lot say. Let's put this in the chat. Okay, here's a question. Here's a poll for you lot. There you go. There's something for you lot to answer. Off you go. Because we're just waiting for this match to end. So go and answer that one. I can't even find my poll. Here it is. Right, so 17 overs have gone. I need to charge this. 17 overs have gone. 162 for 4. This is the part of T20s I hate, where we've known who's going to win for bare time, and now the match is just going slow, and you're like, I beg this just end. Right, so they're going to go back to Paterana. Chase is on strike. I'm an alien again. Oh my! Is it working now? Oh my God. See what I mean? As soon as I set this. Is it? Okay, so I've realized. Okay. So I've now realized why it wasn't working before. It's because I plugged the charger out. So I've just plugged the charger back in, and all of a sudden it's working again. I don't know why. Anyone who's technical might be able to explain to me why. I'm already fully charged, so why does the sound go mad when I plug the charger out? I don't understand the technicalities of all this stuff to know why that would happen, but that seems to be what happened. That's what happened last time. The charger was out, and it's only when I plugged it in that you lot suddenly started to say that it's working again. Anyways, that's wide down the leg side, and they'll bowl that one again. 16 needed from 17. My phone says I've got 5% energy left, and the match still ain't done. So it's power on my laptop, Frank. So my laptop now says, let's talk tech stuff because this match is just drifting to an end. So the power is 100. I'm 100% charged, and I took out the power. If you're using Remy, let me see what Remy's saying. If you're using a laptop, it's pulling a lot of power, so you have to keep it plugged in during the stream. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. I hear you. I hear that one still. Okay. 3 hours and 24 minutes of a stream. I feel like Joey Styles in ECW just commentating on a pay-per-view all by myself. Don't know how Joey Styles did it in ECW, you know. Anyways, Paterana into Rutherford. Nothing on that. No run. 166 for 4. How much? 17.3 overs. Chases on 19. 14 needed from 15. Tucked into the leg side for a quick 1. 13 needed from 14. Anyways, let's see what the voting is saying. So we've had 59 votes. 81% of you say that Brandon King is man of the match. 12% say Evan Lewis. Has he nicked off? Yeah, he's got him. He's got him. Chase has gone. Patirana gets chased to nick behind, and it's 167 for 5. Oh, I just want this game to end, you know, and making it more difficult than it needs to be. 167 for 5. Chase has gone. Who does that bring to the wicket? Shamar Springer or Romario Shepherd, I would assume. So Chase goes for 19. Yeah, that's a thick edge. So Rutherford is still there on 2. I presume they'll bring Romario Shepherd in ahead of Shamar Springer. West Indies need 13 from 13. And they do bring Romario Shepherd in. Surely West Indies see this out. 13 from 13. You only need like 1 boundary and it's pretty much done. What percent is my phone on? My phone's on 4%. These men don't want to see this game out already, you know. Oh, nearly plays on there. 13 needed from 12. Only 4% in the voting have said that Shamar Joseph was man of the match. I thought he bowled a really good spell up front. Anyways, we got 2 overs left. West Indies need 13 runs. It's 167 for 5. There are 2 overs left. Who's bowling them? Asita and, well, it may be over in this. Maybe West Indies can get this done in this over. Asita will bowl the 19th, and you would assume Patirana, maybe? Patirana will bowl the 20th. Right, can West Indies just see this game out in this over? Yes or no? Or at least make sure that the last over, there's only 6 or less needed, because this has become, well, it depends on what this over goes for. It shouldn't be close by the 20th. Let's see. Rutherford skews that through, or it's well fielded out in the deep. He'll come back for 2. I think he thought he was going to get 4 there. Went for the booming drive, but there was a man out there. Deep cover. Looked like Rutherford might have. Looked like he thought he was going to beat him, but it's brilliant fielding. But deep cover fielder. Gets 2. 11 needed from 11. Right, 11 needed from 11. Rutherford is on 4. Shepherd yet to score. Tucks that into the onside for 1. Will they come back for a second? They will, because it's a, or did they not? It's a misfield, but I don't think they ran. Oh, they did run back. Good running from Rutherford. So run back for another 2. 9 needed from 10. Doesn't need anything dunce here. You could just keep doing this and the game will be pretty much done. Right, 9 needed from 10. 172 of you still in this live, even though most of us thought this game was done and dusted ages ago. Okay, Asitha again into Rutherford. Rutherford's taken 4 off the first 2 balls. A 6 would be nice here, but let's just do cut up. It's waist high full toss. They'll come back for another 2. Was that a no ball? That's what I want to know. Was that a no ball? Let's see what the umpire signals there. Rutherford's tying his shoelaces. Was that a no ball? I thought that was high. Okay, you'll get away with that. Rutherford was obviously looking for the big 6 there. I think he'd premeditated that. They said this ball's going out the ground. It wasn't deemed a full toss, but it was just dipping on him. Plugs in front of a... Was the guy running in from long on? Or was he like a short long on? Either way, they get another 2. And West Indies need 7 from 9. So Rutherford is on 8, actually. It's good running from Rutherford, though. Big up Brian for the super chat. Yeah, I did a 3.5-hour epic, Brian. Thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. Rutherford, this one slays it. Flays it. Backward of square for 1. Thank you, Brian. Much appreciated, though. Any support doesn't go unnoticed. Uncle to uncle. Much appreciated. So Rutherford gets 1 with that. West Indies needs 6 from 8. I think Rutherford has taken the drama out of this situation. Shepherd is on strike. 1 blow wins this match. Who wants to put odds on that Shepherd does go for that 1 blow? Or do you think they'll still try and run 2s? How much percentage have I got left on my phone? 3% left on my phone. Will I see the end of this match before my phone dies? That is a question. 6 runs from 8 balls. Romario plays that through mid-wicket for 1. Fine. It's been a trash over from Asitha, to be honest. He's not really bowled any ball where I don't think he's bowled it in the slot that he wants to bowl it in. Good batting, obviously, from Rutherford and Shepherd, but don't think it's not been a vintage over from Asitha. Anyways, 5 runs needed from 7 balls. Sri Lanka really need a dot or a wicket here. I think if Rutherford can get anything above 0, West Indies win this probably inside the first 3 balls of the final over. Anyways, Rutherford down the ground, and he will get that 1. He'll keep the strike, fielded at a short long on, and that brings an end to the over. Good over there from West Indies. I think they took 9 off it. So Rutherford on 10 from 11. Sensible batting in that over. Good running of 2s. Shepherd on 1 from 2. West Indies need 4 from the final over to win the first T20 international. Wait, what did I just miss? Have they just been punished? What was the sign that the umpire just made? I only just looked up. Are they behind the timing thing? What just happened, people? Someone tell me in the chat what I just missed. I just saw the umpire doing something. Have they been punished for not bowling their overs in enough time? Or was that just... What was that signal? Someone tell me what that signal was that I just missed. I saw the umpire doing something just as I looked up. Anyone know? Have Sri Lanka been 1 over behind? Ah, right, okay. So Sri Lanka have lost a man in the outfield. 1 shot should do this then from Rutherford. There he goes over the outfield. the man that possibly would have been there. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, game done. Rutherford wins it. West Indies win the first ODI at T20. Brilliant stuff from Rutherford. One arm, one hand off the bat, 4 runs. Big up West Indies. It's a real good statement victory. Real good statement victory. People often say, oh, Mash, you're not positive enough. I'm positive when I think we should be positive, and that's positive for me. No Hetty, no Puran, no Akil. Who else was missing that would normally play? No Dre, and they've seen it out. Yes, could have been a tad more comfy, but the point is, I'm very much someone is you beat what's in front of you, and if you win, you win. And yes, we can pick holes about this, that, and the third, but at the end of the day, West Indies win by 5 wickets with 5 balls to spare, and that's all I care about. So big up West Indies. Good win that. So West Indies win by 5 wickets. Shafane Rutherford sees us home. And yes, well done, West Indies. Good victory that. Thank you to everybody who joined the live. The game ends on 3 hours and 35 minutes. 3 hours and 35 minutes is a long time to do a live watch along. You lot want me to do it for ODIs. I don't know if I can stomach an 8-hour epic for ODIs, but thank you. Thank you to Brian. I'll put it up again. Thank you to Brian for the super chat. Much appreciated, Brian. Everyone's like, oh, when are you positive, Mash? More often than not, in the watch alongs is when you'll get the most positive version of me. So yeah, big up West Indies, big up Darren Sammy. The T20 runaway train continues. You can't deny that under Sammy that the T20 team has a clear identity. Men understand their roles and they've got a winning mentality. So big up Sammy, big up the players, big up Rovman, the captain, big up Brandon King with the 60-odd. Let me see what you lot put in the chat. Who did you give man of the match? So after 83 votes, 81% of you say Brandon King is man of the match with his 63 from 33. 11% of you said Evan Lewis with his 50 from 28 balls. 7% of you said Shamar Joseph. Let's not forget Shamar up top. Sri Lanka batted first. Shamar Joseph, 4 overs, 1 for 27. And 2% of you said Romario Shepherd, who bowled 4 overs, 2 for 39, with a great death over, surprising most of us with the accuracy of his death over. So well done, West Indies. That's the end of this particular stream. Let me just look at some YouTube analytics to see what happened in this particular stream. It looks like we had about 40 people subscribed to the channel after the stream. 17,000 people tuned in at some point to watch this T20 watch along. So big up everyone. Yeah, big up everyone. 17,000, you know, for a 3-hour watch along. Big up everyone who tuned in at any one point in time. Thank you to all the usual day one fans who've kind of been with CCP from the jump, and the new ones who've logged on and continue to log on. I've been Machel St. Patrick here at one half of the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. We're going to close out with a theme tune that has been like Marmite for people. Some of you love it. Some of you are like, Mash, it's not the one. But do you know what? I like it. I'll be Machel St. Patrick here at one half of the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. Live call-in show tomorrow. So Monday, usual time, usually about 10:30 UK time, 5:30 Eastern Caribbean, 4:30 Jamaica. Tune in if you're available, if you've finished with your work, if you're at home, whatever. Live call-in show. That's the show where you lot run the show. I just facilitate it as if I'm on radio. See you lot then on Monday if you can make it. If not, keep locked in for different content throughout the week, so on and so forth. And remember, Tuesday the 15th is the next T20 international between Sri Lanka and West Indies. That starts 2:30 p.m. UK time. But also, and probably more important, to be fair, is England women versus West Indies women. That is a must-win game for West Indies women. If we win that game against England women, we go through to the next stage of the T20 World Cup. So respectfully, whilst I know the men are playing Sri Lanka, let's not get this twisted. It's the women that are more important on that day. And their game starts half an hour after the match against Sri Lanka starts. So if I can only speak for myself, I'm more interested in West Indies women on Tuesday and what they're going to be doing than what the men's team is going to be doing. Of course, some of you will watch both screens at the same time, but let's rally round our women, please, people. Let's never forget there's so many different iterations of the West Indies team. And on Tuesday, it's the West Indies women's team that we need to all rally around against Babylon. and hope that we can defeat Babylon and go through to the next round of the World Cup. So rally round West Indies women, rally round West Indies men. See you all on Tuesday, Monday for the live calling show. Content. Run the run the tune.
West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast. West Indies Cricket.